Hello everybody, I am your androgynous AI game show host from the future, Caster. This is the Neon Caster Twitch channel, and we are coming at you with another one-shot tabletop RPG. This time, and this has been something I've been very excited to do the moment that I actually debuted as a VTuber, is to finally do an all-VTuber tabletop session, and I am so happy to go and introduce the delightful people who are joining me this evening. We're just going to go top down on the list because we're currently, you can't see our beautiful faces, well you can see mine, but we have everybody's names and social media handles on screen at the moment. How about you go introduce yourself first, Hypercamera 3?
Hello, I am Hyper, occasional game designer, just mostly known as a writer, sometimes PNG tuber for game design stuff, serial salty bet enjoyer, and a camera. Physical.
And a camera. I didn't know that you watched Salty Bet, that's dope. Yeah, I've seen you have a really illustrious set of games released on itch.io.
That's debatable.
Really
I don't know if illustrious is the word necessarily, but there are a lot of them.
There are indeed a lot of them. This is impressive. I don't make that many. We're going to be playing the first game the first tabletop RPG that I ever made, so we'll see if it still stands up to the test of time. But yeah, it's delightful to have another game designer on the show. Hello, welcome.
I'm happy to be around.
Next up, we have another retro robot from the future. Please welcome to the table, Sunset.
Hello. Yes, I am Sunset. Normally I call myself your favorite outdated android. I'm not sure if I get to be the favorite today, but I am an outdated android. I do play retro games and indie stuff on Twitch. Once upon a time, I was a game designer, but we won't talk about that era right now. I'm just here to enjoy the vibes. It seems like it's going to be a lot of fun.
Oh, I'll be bold and say that I think that this game is like super fun and you're all gonna have a great time with it. So yeah,
I'm excited.
Yeah. Next up, one of my new friends from the British Beans VTuber group of creators. Please welcome to the table, Janus Nemo.
Hello there. I am Janus. I'm a captain, also from the future. A lot of time travel going on with this group. I mostly stream like strategy games, that kind of thing. I'm currently trying to set up some Dungeons and Dragons, but
it's going to be sick. I'm looking forward to that.
Yep. Don't have a date for that yet, but that's in the future. But yeah, just streaming a lot of strategy games, sometimes other stuff that takes my fancy.
I've been watching bits and pieces of your Nocia playthrough, and good God, is that game very good with a very good soundtrack.
I think I'm getting close to finishing it. I think it feels like we're approaching that, but love it.
And last, but by absolutely no means least, you know them maybe as the board game GOAT, but they return here as another member of the British Beans YouTuber community, Loxley. Hello.
Good evening. I'm Loxley, Sailor of Strategy and the Board Game GOAT. And when I am streaming, as the name may imply, I spend a lot of time playing board games, mostly digital implementations of board games and games where the the board game or card game mechanics are a bit more front and center. So lots of deck building roguelikes, which I think is where you and I have ended up crossing over a fair amount.
Yes, I love me a digital card game.
They are good.
I guess we were talking about this on a previous stream that you were running. We were playing Terra Mystica, I think.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh yeah, you know, in the same aspects of like the 4 elements in Avatar or the 4 elements of hip hop, the 4 elements of board games are like, of tabletop games are like board games, tabletop RPGs, collectible card games, and like miniature games and war games. And board games are something that I enjoy but don't play as many of. So I was very excited to also make a streamer, a creator friend in you for somebody who can show me a bunch of new games to try.
Yes, well, we have been talking about something in the background, but we've not got anything clear on the.
We got some stuff in the oven. It's gonna show up later.
We're working on something.
All right. Let's go and pass over to Hey Bees. Hello, welcome. I'm glad the chat box is working. Hi. You are just in time for a delightful rip-roaring tabletop RPG called Agents of HUE. And speaking of, let's go to that game screen. Okay. Yes, excellent. Yes. We have a very, very vibrant game screen here. Hi, Fies. Hey, hello. Even though, but just as a heads up, y'all, even though we're going to have chat on the screen, we probably won't be responding to chat while we're in game time because we want to go and maintain character. But please do scream, cheer, and clap and gossip about which one of the players is the hottest as we go. I much appreciate y'all. This is going to be a very campy, almost pantomime-y game. So if you ever at any point want to yell, "They're behind you!" in chat, please do. So what is Agents of HUE? Let's go get a funky jam to introduce what Agents of HUE is.
All right.
Nice. Okay. So you, or I guess all four of you below me, you are all a secret agent who work for HUE, standing for Hunky Undercover Elites. You are the VTuber branch of Agents of HUE, stationed in Broadcast City, able to go and protect the various netizens from evil ne'er-do-wells that maybe are taking over the internet and the airwaves. You are keeping the space beautiful, fun, inclusive, and hunky for all. We haven't decided anything about our characters aside from our agent names. So let's go through the character creation stuff together, because it's a bit of an improv game all by itself, and it'll give us a bit of a warm-up. So we have each of you has an incredibly cool and vaguely porn starish real name, but also go by, on the job, you go by a single color as your agent name, which we currently see. Who wants to go and give their real name up first alongside your agent name?
I volunteer as tribute.
Go ahead.
I am Richard Bush.
Oh.
Also known as Dick to my friends. And I am Agent Burgundy.
Nice, that's great. What an astounding carry-on name. Perfect. Who's next?
I'll go. My real name, you may have heard me, is Loquacious Bodacious.
Ooh,
but my agent name
nice.
is Agent Aquamarine.
Loquacious Bodacious, yes. Who's next? Give me more. I need more names.
I shall suffer.
Yes.
Hello. My real name is Bach Justice, like Mozart or Wait. And my agent name is Agent Gold.
Agent Gold. Glittering, luxury, gorgeous. Okay. And last but not least, Agent Chartreuse.
Thank you very much. I feel like I'm really underselling it now because I've gone for I am Mr. Wright, Mr. Rowan Wright. Though many in the international scene will know me as Agent Chartreuse.
Agent Chartreuse, the name that I will never be able to spell properly across all of this. Thank you, Google.
God bless.
Perfect. Each of you has a unique spy skill. Any verb phrase works. So maybe your secret spy skill is hacking. Maybe your spy skill is climbing. Maybe your spy skill is heavy drinking. Agent Gold, what's your special spy skill?
Hydrated.
Hydrating. In case there are people out there that are particularly thirsty, you need to be able to hydrate them.
You understand. I need it. The liquid.
Agent Aquamarine, what's your secret spy skill?
Can twerking be a spy skill?
It absolutely effing can.
Then that is what it is.
Oh, nice.
Perfect. Agent Burgundy, what's your spice skill?
My skill is being distracting.
Very nice, very nice. And Chartreuse, what is your spice skill?
Ooh, you know what? Let's go with gambling.
Okay, excellent, excellent. Okay. Now, each of you has an aspect of your physique or your personality that is your pride. There's something that, if you had a dating profile and you said the thing about you that you take pride in, that would be the aspect of your pride. But equally, on the flip side of that coin, you also have an insecurity about your physique or your personality. Let's go in reverse order this time. Agent Chartreuse, what is your pride and your insecurity?
My pride is my broad shoulders. We do not. Obviously, no one skips leg day in HUE, but I also never skip shoulder day. Does my weakness or insecurity also have to do with that?
It doesn't have to be. It can be an entirely different thing.
Okay.
It's something about your physique or your personality.
Okay. How about
we can
Gambler,
loop back to it. Also, go ahead.
Oh, no, go on.
Well, just if people are having a moment, we can loop back and maybe it like mirrors one of the other characters' strengths and weaknesses. You know.
Yeah, that sounds absolutely good. That sounds good.
Okay, we'll loop back. We'll do the insecurities second then. So, Hyper Gold. What is your pride?
My pride is the golden pen that I keep behind my ear at all times.
Absolutely. Agent Burgundy, what are you proud of about yourself?
My pride is my inflappable sense of style.
Inflappable style. God, the Space Channel 5 soundtrack goes so hard.
He really does.
Agent Aquamarine, what is your pride?
Aquamarine's pride is their long, luscious locks. It is not a weave. Do not imply it is a weave. That is all natural, baby.
The long locks, open brackets, all natural, close brackets.
All natural.
Got it. Okay, so with those prides in mind and your existing spice skill, you are not perfect agents. You do have an insecurity, a weakness. Who wants to go first with what weakness they might have? Your insecurity.
I'll go ahead. So Agent Aquamarine, despite their wonderful, beautiful twerking skills, actually has no sense of rhythm. They don't like to talk about this. They kind of just shake it and hope something good happens.
Gotcha. They hope for the best.
Just hope for the best.
Who knows what will happen on the other side? Who's next? Who wants to? I mean, we're all friends here. You can tell us about your insecurities.
I'll step to the plate. Hello. Arc Justice is touchscreen illiterate. I do not know how to work them. I don't get it. Future scares me.
Okay. I'm building the mission that you're all going on in my head. As you're giving me these strengths and weaknesses, and these are very good. Okay, excellent. Touchscreen illiterate. Love that. Burgundy or Chartreuse, what are your weaknesses? No reason. Just want to know.
My weakness is somewhat unconventionally for an agent of HUE. I am actually incredibly bad at flirting.
Oh.
However, I have such style and smooth that I get away with it.
Gotcha. And Agent Chartreuse.
Okay, I think I am deeply insecure without a drink in my hand. Doesn't necessarily need to be alcoholic. Just any form of drink.
Okay.
Quite
okay.
literally liquid courage.
Exactly.
Mmm.
You can't
I
live
like
without your
that.
G Fuel.
We're not sponsored.
We're not sponsored.
If I don't, if I,
But we should
It
be.
is obviously H fuel for Hue fuel.
Not yet.
No, wait,
Okay.
that's just Huel. That's already a thing.
every day for breakfast, I wander down, grab some raw eggs, some nondescript potato chips, and blend them into a milkshake so that I can consume daily and not feel discouraged by the day ahead of me.
Anime Night
I have no
97 is
idea.
paying attention to everybody's abilities. Good
I do
idea.
need gold hydration skills, yes. Also,
Excellent,
gold
excellent.
breakfast terrifies me in ways that very few things can.
I can turn anything into a liquid. You got something that you need to be a liquid? I'll watch.
What scares me the most is that I've seen him and he doesn't crack the shells before he puts the eggs in.
What shells? There's shells?
Yeah, we've talked about this. You know the hard bit on the outside, that part.
Are you telling me that eggs are snails?
Sure.
Why did
You have to remove the snail shell.
I gotta go for a walk? I'll be right back.
While Gold's having their life flipped upside down and learning new things about reality, let's look at our stats. You know that there's... I kind of started playing tabletop RPGs with like GURPS and later on with like Shadowrun, and they have all these stats, like so many stats and skills, and it takes like 3 hours to go and build your character out. And I looked at that when I was writing this game and went like, no, absolutely not. So you have 2 stats in this game. You have fierce and fabulous. When you're being fierce, you're acting with strength, speed, or directness. And when you're acting with fabulousness, you're acting with charm, complexity, and flair. You have 5 points, which you may split between those 2 stats as you would like. How fierce and or fabulous are these agents?
Raise my hand. I had a question because that only occurred to me now as I feel like I need to commit to a bit. What happens if you have a 0 in a stat?
What happens indeed? The game still works, you'll just find certain roles may be more difficult without assistance.
Interesting.
But you can absolutely have a 5-0 stat spread. People have done that in the past.
I'm just asking the question. It's up to y'all what you do with that information.
It's an important question. Well, since you're, I mean, how do you go about your juicing, your hydration, Agent Gold? Are you when you're getting juiced up? Are you doing it with
Fierce to
strength
me.
and passion? Yeah, I think it's probably fierce leaning.
You're probably about correct, I'd say. I'm chilling at right now where I'm sitting, and why I'm debating if I should commit to a different bit. It's Fierce 4, Fabulous 1.
I mean, you can do that. That's allowed.
But now I'm just wondering if I should commit to the 5-0. But I think I'm going to stick with the 4-1 for now.
No problem at all. Happy to have that. All right. Anybody else had a thought about their stat spreads?
I will take 2 fierce, 3 fabulous.
2 fierce, 3 fabulous. Got it.
Likewise, I believe Burgundy is 2 fierce, 3 fabulous.
Okay, then I'll balance this out and be 2 fabulous and 3 first.
Okay,
Is that the
flipping
opposite
it
or is
around.
the same thing?
You're good.
Okay.
3 fierce, 2 fabulous. Gotcha. I'll post all this information in the... Where shall I put that? I'll put that in Discord for y'all if you need it. It's probably a good idea to have maybe Notepad open or a piece of paper to go write your character sheet down, because I will not remember. Excellent. You know, I'm a professional GM. I'm like, oh, your character sheets, don't read them. No. I have it in line of sight. We also have, but isn't going to involve itself just yet. Each of you has 3 gadget points. You can spend one at any time to reveal a tool that was given to you by Hugh. It looks like a mundane object, but does a sexy spy thing. Your first gadget must relate to your outfit. So, for example, I could say that, oh, I have a really fabulous hair clip, and when I remove it and throw it at somebody, it then becomes like a tracking tool that I can use to track them down as they're running away. Or it could be a tube of lipstick that is actually a laser. Very, very totally spies. This game is very specifically a send up of like Austin Powers meets Totally Spies in terms of its energy. Just in case you weren't sure by the names that everybody has set what tone this game is. So you don't need to worry about your gadget points just yet, but just know that they are available that you can call to give you a special tool at any time.
Secret Mousquetour.
All right, with that out of the way, are there any questions? There are other mechanics to this game, but we'll just run into them when they become relevant, I think. But yeah, any questions before we get into this thing?
No, I think I'm good to go.
No.
I am prepared to suffer.
Yeah, looking forward to it.
All right, let's get something a bit smoother for the start of our story. Let's get some Yakuza. Nice.
Smooth.
So, this part of Broadcast City is the kind of luxury entertainment part. There is, there's all sorts of like cinemas and concert halls. Not like the sing-tubers kind of take up the concert halls like all the time, but it's fine. They've managed to establish some kind of rota. They all seem to be singing King and nothing else, but hey, let them do them. But your base is also in the entertainment part of Broadcast City. It's in a pretty big building, but we're going to go around the table and describe one thing about what the Agents of HUE base looks like on the outside. I would say that it has a pretty resplendent lobby with a concierge and people who go in there and ask for a very specific thing are directed to the agent side of thing, but otherwise they are just generally invited to the building proper to enjoy all its entertainment inside.
I'll rip the band-aid off. Listen, the outside of the building has a large luchador mask on it. All right, we all know what it is.
So is this kind of like the particular entertainment that they have here is like a wrestling MMA kind of thing? It's like a live entertainment fights. I dig that.
It's like it's our cover. Everybody's just a professional wrestler because it's practically porn anyway.
Okay, yeah. Pro wrestling. Love that. What other details about the building or the space?
Very peculiarly, if you try to photograph the whole building, everything but the luchador mask is chroma keyed, so the whole rest of it disappears. It's just the mask.
Yeah.
Finally.
Chroma keyed to prevent photography.
Yes, but
Love that. Everybody goes and like sees a good wrestling show, and then it's like, well, nobody would know that I went unless I took a selfie of me going, right? So I need to take a selfie of me with the building, and then the building's just not there, and then everybody is like, hey, you didn't actually go to see wrestling, did you? You liar.
you gotta believe me, I was at the cursed building like everyone else.
Okay, I'm going to say that there is a driveway up to it, but unless you're in a limousine, you cannot use it.
Driveway for limos only. Okay, got it. Love that. And one more detail from Agent Burgundy.
And I think, although it's chroma keyed so that you can't see it with a photo, if you can see it in person, the whole place has got this very sort of neo-Roman look to it. Lots of pillars, great grand arches, that sort of thing. Statues, of course, line the outside.
Roman look with lots of statues, yes. Excellent. So we see the four of you are chilling in a kind of like lounge area, like almost like a bar meets spa kind of deal. Like there is plenty of lotions and potions going on. You can get some cucumbers put over your eyes, but there's also a dedicated bartender who's able to serve you drinks. And there is a really large like video screen that's plastered floor to ceiling on one of the walls. And you're seeing like the remainder of a wrestling match. You see this individual standing on the top rope, swathed in kind of like layers of like a chiffon cloak. It's slightly translucent and slightly different shades of purple, each layer. And so as the light catches from different angle, it kind of sways and shimmers and kind of makes them feel a bit incorporeal. And there is another wrestler in the ring. They're in the kind of like 3-point position, really tired, looking up at the person standing on the top rope. And the person standing on the top rope says, "Gem Smasher!" as they leap into the air, do a twirl, and kind of land almost like flipping upside down, palms directly down into the person in the ring, just kind of like flattening them against the mat. Big confetti cannons go off in the arena, and everybody is screaming and absolutely losing their gourd about about this wrestler's special move. That
May I add
wrestler.
one thing?
Yeah, go ahead.
So you mentioned the giant TV. None of this is being shown on the giant TV. This floor also has like a giant skybox window, so it's straight down onto the ring.
Yeah, as you see the signature move of the Gem Smasher land, you know that your boss, Agent Amethyst, has defeated yet another challenger.
Fabulous.
Brilliant.
What you all doing in the little spa bar area? How you relaxing?
Aquamarine cannot hear or see any of this because they're sitting under a hairdryer at the moment.
Oh, like the proper beehive style one that you put your
the
whole
big
head
old
into.
one, yeah.
Yeah. Nice.
Agent Burgundy is over at the side of the room, leaning on the lintel piece of a fireplace that has been put here specifically for his use, sipping at a Godfather as he looks down at the scene below.
Excellent.
Earlier this morning, I had my entire concept of like the breakfast ruined for me, and now I am having this sort of crisis of faith, because if eggs are snails, people crack eggs all the time. They must be an endangered species. So I went to the bar to go and order myself my usual relaxation drink so I could get my head clear. It's a whiskey sour, and I had forgotten that part of that is cracking open an egg and putting the egg white in it. I'm having a bad day.
Yeah, you watch the like multi-limbed they're not a robot bartender, they're human, but have like a backpack that has like a whole bunch of like Inspector Gadget looking ass arms. So they can make drinks at high speed, and you just watch them expertly crack this egg in slow motion.
No, it was just a boy.
Hey, Agent Gold, you seem to be rather stressed today. Gosh. I mean, I'll make you another one if you're under such pressure.
I grab that eggshell. I am gently holding what is left of the yolk. Don't worry, buddy.
Oh,
We'll
dear.
get you out of here.
Oh dear. I should probably have to hide the rest from him. Agent Chartereuse, what are you doing?
So Agent Shots Use is over in like a dedicated little free weights area, and just gently working one of these shoulders with one hand with a with looks like a Scotch glass, just water with ice in it. So water with ice in a Scotch glass whilst working out with the other arm, and then occasionally swaps it.
And before long, your boss, there's like a little ding as an elevator up to the skybox area opens, and we see the wrestler from the ring. They undo some clasps around their shoulders, like unleashing the kind of like big shroud of many layers of purple chiffon, leaving themselves kind of like glistening and topless in the space as they kind of take a towel from the bartender and dab their brow. Another opponent defeated. Excellent. Excellent. This is very, very good. They nod to themselves, self-assured, even though to no response from the rest of the room, like you had all congratulated them on their victory, but they're just kind of like, yes, I am excellent indeed.
Most impressive, sir. But I noticed it took you 20 seconds longer than your previous opponent. You're getting sloppy.
I could always count on you, Agent Burgundy, to keep me to time. You're always very exacting when I'm late on your briefing meetings, and I am working at that. Please don't stare at me like that. I am trying.
Noticing the flash of color and movement, Aquamarine finally tips up the dryer, comes out to greet the boss. Another win, honey?
Yes, we are continuing to knock them all down, all challenges. It's surprising how easily you can get people to fight you in a staged match if you say something rather invective on Twitter. Then they're like, 1v1 me, bro. And then that happens, that you all peer down into the ring. The smoking crater with the opponent is still there. Nobody went to clean him up. He's just going to be, I guess, kind of like janitorialed away quietly at some point in the future. But, yes, you know, gotta keep ourselves in shape. I am getting on in years.
We know we don't talk about age here.
Indeed.
Age is just a number, dear. Don't worry about it.
When you're inducted into the Agents of HUE, you are registered as timeless. So yes, you know, age is nothing but a heavily redacted number. But yes, I did want to, now that this is out of the way, go and give you a briefing. While we were in the middle of the match, I did happen to receive a new message about what is going to be going on in Broadcast City. He has like they have like an earpiece that they've had on the kind of entire time. Meanwhile, while the cyborg bartender is apologizing to Agent Gold and promising that they won't break any more eggs. Like two of the arms of this like octopus like backpack are redressing Amethyst in their kind of standard office gear. They're still shirtless. They fully have the kind of like, you know, collar and a tie and very expensive tie pin and very expensive trousers, and she's just shirtless. But they're like, yes, indeed, I have to go and snapping their neck, give you the cricking their neck, giving the mission for today. Came in a little loud. There we go. Excellent. So, your mission for today. I have been hearing word that there is a new organization of advertisers in Broadcast City. They have apparently made a deal. Yes, they've apparently made the deal with the local government and have enforced a specific amount of ad time for all people during their daily activities.
Didn't they just try this last month?
They did, and thank you very much for going and handling that particular villain. There is like smash cut to like I'm thinking like a very Edgar Wright, Scott Pilgrim-y kind of thing of quick cuts of what the previous Agents of HUE did to handle the last advertisers who made their way into Broadcast City. I'm willing to take any suggestions of what is in one of those quick cuts. Give me two of them.
I think
Somehow a giant satellite blowing up. Unclear who did it.
I feel like it's also going to be another one of just carrying on. If we're going to go all in on the wrestling, Agent Aquamarine and I doing like a double suplex.
Yeah.
Just the two random moves
On the satellite.
on the satellite.
That's what causes the
blow up.
satellite to explode. Yes. Excellent. I love that.
I propose that it cuts from the explosion straight to just a shot of the four of us standing on the sidewalk, seemingly eating gum and doing nothing else, as though we weren't involved.
Perfect. No, this is good. I love this. I think Agent Burgundy also had a suggestion.
I was pretty much the same thing as Charter. Was just going to say, scene of us tossing them between each other, various wrestling moves, pins, holds, all the shebang.
Yes, indeed. The new technology of the what's the drift compatible WrestleBots went perfectly. You were able to go and defeat the villain on their gigantic doomsday satellite without even needing to leave the comfort of your own neighborhood, as you're all kind of like chewing gum on the sidewalk as these like hulking mechs that look exactly like you but are like, you know, building size tall. They're just wrestling dudes up on the satellite, causing it to split in two. Unfortunately, this mission is going to be a bit more grounded this time. Where I have, we've had an informant tell us that the potential investigation point of this villain is at the new casino that is opened in the entertainment district of Broadcast City. Known as the Surprise Mechanics, it is managed to go and arrest most of the population of Broadcast City by offering a variety of very pretty anime people JPEGs hidden behind various gambling games. The amount of money that people have surrendered to this new casino has been utterly gut-wrenching, and people have now willingly taken on ad time in exchange of opening up more boxes. If things continue in such a fashion, nobody will be able to stream at all for fear of missing out on latest daily deals.
Agent Gold wanders up, currently holding a large basket filled with eggs that he has procured from the bartender. His golden pen is being used to draw little smiley faces on all of them because he's adopted them. And he asks the boss, "What kind of ads, boss?"
And I think at that, the giant screen that was not being used to display the wrestling flickers into life and shows, what does it show? Let's get excuse me. We get, this will do. This is perfect. It starts playing an ad, super big and super loud, making this up on the spot. Okay, cool, excellent. Hey,
A lot of moving things between cups for some reason on the screen.
Hey, are you in need of being able to nourish yourself while entertaining anonymous people on the internet? Well, Slurry is for you. Available in 50 fantastic, delightful flavors, like Neon Blast and Gut Punch. Slurry will get you through the day with a wide variety of vitamins and nourishments.
I'm gonna be honest, boss, that looks pretty good. Honestly.
I could use some of that, I think. I am
very-
feeling like I'm lacking in vitamins and nourishment.
And it's look at
uh,
that. It's a liquid.
You can get slurry.
Collagen.
Sorry, go ahead. Apologies, I talked over you. Repeat yourself.
Oh no, it's okay. I was just wondering if any of those vitamins are collagen. I hear those are good for the roots.
You can get a free box of slurry delivered to your house now from only $99.99.
That seems like a pretty good deal.
Honestly, I'm sold.
Huh.
Oh my god,
You
it's
know?
already got them.
I'm gonna
Unsure
be
what
honest, boss. This one doesn't seem that bad. Show me ad 2.
unsure what to do. The agent Amethyst picks up a bar stool and bodily flings it into the floor to ceiling screen, putting a big crack in the screen. It all kind of goes
I don't like that
glitchy
ad
and
at all.
errant.
I was completely drawn in.
I think I've seen that one before. Something
That
about
was
a computer.
terrifying. It was like I lost my sense of self for a moment. Wait, what
Yes.
happened to the TV?
Gosh, this is worse than I thought. I figured that the advertising inurement training that agents all got, that the start of the training would have been able to build a psychic resistance to this, but it seems that they have changed their tactics.
I don't learn nothing without a first date first, sir.
Very good, very wise. So, agents, you are going to have to go and find your way to infiltrate the All or Nothing. See if you can find this new shady business owner who is selling adverts to our town, and stop getting the delightful people of Broadcaster City from being addicted to gambling for anime JPEGs and drinking slurry. Do you think you're all up to the task?
Born ready.
Absolutely, sir.
Yes, sir.
To make a better world for my children, lifts basket, of course.
Very good, agents. Now, get to your dressing stations and roll out as, like, pods kind of, like, descend from the ceiling, all color-coded for you to be able to go and step in.
I just had to stop a bit. I can't stop laughing.
Absolutely catwalk strut into the pod. Unnecessary, do it anyway.
Oh no,
down
it
the
is
remains of my
necessary. The catwalk strut into the pod is mandatory to get it to work.
Of course.
You have to JoJo walk at a specific angle for it to actually register you.
Well, it's a form of biometric scanning. They don't recognize you if you don't do your own.
So they have to know your strut.
Yeah.
So we get like a montage of each of you being whisked away to your suit up sequence. And tell us what the suit up sequence looks like and what your outfit is.
I think it's very Magical Girl-esque, except there are a lot of very odd camera angles, a lot of like triangle cutouts on the screen, and the outfit is a full-length, neck to ankle catsuit. We have 8-inch heels. We have the hair is pulled up into a high pony. It's somehow gotten longer than when it was out, and absurdly large sunglasses.
Perfect. We get like the kind of like activation scanner to release you from the changing room. Kind of scans your body and you see the reflection of it in the sunglasses as it moves from left to right. Sick. Love that. Who's next?
So, Chartreuse's is far more, a bit more superhero-esque. So it's kind of like, as they're going down, the old outfit is stripped off. It's somewhere like between a superhero and a Wallace and Gromit skit, where the workout gear gets pulled off, and then there's tux trousers being held out ready. Shirt goes on, green cummerbund, green bow tie hanging loose, jacket brought on as he steps out. And at the bottom of the pod there is somebody there ready to just give the shoes a quick shine.
I hope you're ready for your mission, Agent Charteris, sir.
Thank you.
Go knock 'em
All a
dead
day's
and make
work.
sure that no one survives. This little shoe-shining urchin gives you the widest, happiest smile. Who's next?
I shall. For me, there's a robotic manservant waiting for me, who quickly takes off my old clothes and prepares a cream suit with a burgundy tie and a dark blue pocket square embroidered with the symbol of a local gentleman's club. While he's doing that, I comb back my dark hair, flecked with a few streaks of silver, and straighten my glorious moustache that I always keep well trimmed.
The like android that is putting together things for you is all kind of like, does this look suit you, sir? I do believe that you requested the cinnamon and whiskey scented cologne for your mission.
Yes, I think that'll do for today. Please.
Delightful. Spritz. It's almost like a glittering effect as the android kind of spritz you down, looking glorious. Knock 'em dead.
Oh, shall.
All right, Agent Gold.
All right. My cat started doing stuff, and I don't know if any of that picked up and my suffering, but
No, go for it. No, we didn't hear you, so you're good. You're good.
Right.
Cat's there in the dressing room.
Gold's transformation is very Power Rangers adjacent, where it's like the clothes kind of like his current clothes kind of explode off of him, leaving behind what's just like a glowing, like bright white bodysuit looking thing, and he backflips as like the outfit is just like put on him as he's backflipping, and just like slams into him in various spots, and it's just this like glittering like golden tuxedo, black waistcoat, these very nice fancy dress shoes that have golden shoelaces laced within them, and when he like sort of snaps his head up after landing in the 3-point pose, that golden pen falls from like seemingly nowhere and slams into his ear, and then like much like a Power Rangers helmet just kind of materializing, his sunglasses, black framed, gold tinted, just pop into existence on his face as he exits as he exits out of his changing area. Each one of those eggs has a tiny matching
Pair of
suit, just
shades.
like him.
Okay. Yeah.
Shades and suits. They're prepared.
Perfect. And as you go in there, what is your ride? I think actually we established the super long limousine. The limo pulls up outside the building and lets you, or rather, the floor falls out underneath all of you, and then we get the interior of the limousine as you all just go froomph into it and just kind of sit in your designated spots in the back of this limo. As we see, we cut to the exterior of the Agents of HUE building as the limo pulls away, and we fast forward. And arrive at the All or Nothing casino. We are going to assume that while you were en route, you had like a mission briefing. We're not going to like plan our route in, because let me tell you, you can basically say what you want to do and it will probably work. We're very loosey-goosey here. But it does mean that in an Ocean's 11 kind of style, at any point you can say that, oh, we discussed this already as part of the mission, and we'll like flash back to you discussing it, if you get what I mean, if that makes sense. Sick. So yeah, we pull up outside the All or Nothing casino. Oh, sorry, the Surprise Mechanics Casino. That's what it's called. The Surprise Mechanics Casino is pretty impressive as a building, actually. It's very, very modern. Lots of kind of like holograms. There's like above the building, there is a gigantic hologram like present. Big white box with a red ribbon, you know, very, very kind of like stereotypical kind of style of it. And every so often it kind of does a big like slow turn, and you can kind of every so often the top of the box wibbles a little bit, and you can kind of hear some kind of like anime giggles inside. As I think there's like a gigantic fountain, obviously, outside this casino. The statue definitely is of some kind of Genshin Impact character. It's both all of them and none of them at the same time. It's like if you threw all of them and made like an AI sculpt a new one. That it's that. And actually, to that kind of like AI sculpting, it looks a bit wrong. Like it kind of generally understood what a human form is supposed to be.
But you can't put your finger on why.
It is, you know, ejecting water back into the fountain. Its slightly unusual anatomy means that you can't quite understand where the water is coming from the statue, but you decide not to think about that too hard. A wide variety of denizens of Broadcast City are milling around outside. You see one of them holding their kind of like streaming compatible phone, as they're like, I'm about to enter the Surprise Mechanics Casino and I've taken $100 and we're gonna see what I'm gonna win today. As they're kind of like holding it in selfie style as they are backing into the casino, just full body like run into like a valet while they're not looking where they're going. Their camera goes flying and so on and so forth. But generally pretty bustling. Generally pretty bustling here. As the limo pulls up, the limo driver looks over the seat and is like, if you ever need an additional agent in the field, just request their color and that one will be delivered to you summarily. Complete your mission, agents, and save the day once again.
Thank you, Steve. We'll take it from here.
It's Agent Crimson. Don't call me Steve on the job. Don't call me Steve on the job.
I feel like one of the doormen for the casino comes up and opens the limo door for us, allowing us all to flawlessly step out, seemingly all at once, but still one at a time, and just allows us to do that slow walk in a line in the way that nobody actually does in real life, up to the casino.
You guys think that they let kids in?
I will actually preemptively note the last 5 minutes of the ride that Aquamarine spent giving a very impassioned reasoning to Gold why he should leave his very fragile children in the car.
And I've taken your criticism into account. I'm bringing them. They're going to be agents in the future. They should see it firsthand what the job looks like.
I'm gonna put them in
But they
so
won't live
much
to
danger.
adulthood, honey.
Oh, God.
No, I agree with Gold. Getting in job experience is important.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, I just don't want to see him with his heart broken again. We remember what happened with the onions.
These are different. These are round snails.
Mm-hmm. All of you stepping onto the plaza outside the Surprise Mechanics Casino. You have free reign. You already know what you're going to do to get in, clearly. So get to it, agents.
I mean, no reason to hide when you look this good. We go in right through the front door.
Absolutely.
Of course.
Yeah, absolutely.
Smooth down the suit. Give the hair an extra little touch up. Let's go.
Comb the hair on all the eggs.
There is.
I like to feel that all of the eggs have now somehow manifested little tiny wigs each.
It's additional protection from dropping.
Absolutely.
They're rapidly aging.
We get into the kind of like main lobby of the Surprise Mechanics Casino, and we see that there's a wide variety of different doors available. And each one, you know, has the kind of like, oh, the bronze lounge, the silver lounge, the platinum lounge, the diamond lounge, so on. And there is a, I guess, both a door person and kind of like a receptionist who's kind of at a big shiny desk. Hello, welcome to the Surprise Mechanics Casino. Please tell me, how much are you going to be spending today? We can direct you to the gambling tables that are just right for you.
I'd like to approach the receptionist and hand over the HUE provided credit card. It's like, we're looking for some advertising executives. Get us on their table, and there'll be something in it for you.
Ooh, you're trying to be smooth, so I think this is going to be a roll for you. Yeah, this definitely feels like a roll. So to make a roll, you choose whenever the outcome of an action is in doubt. You're going to roll d6 equal to either fierce or fabulous agreed by your GM. So do you think this is going to be a fierce or a fabulous roll, Agent Chartreuse?
I mean, this is being very direct. This is being very forward and just saying what we want. So I think this definitely sits in fierce.
Okay, excellent. So your fierce is 3. However, there are modifiers. If you're using your unique spice skill, you get an increased chance of success, but we're not gambling here, so that doesn't matter. If you're using your physique or your personality in the role, that's your pride. So if you worked in your broad shoulders, for example, into this role, you would be rolling 1 more die. However, if your insecurity is relevant, then you lose 1 die. You don't have a drink in your hands right now, and so your attempt at trying to be smooth and direct is getting caught in your throat a little bit. You're not quite sure whether you're actually coming across as cool as you intend.
I would like to move in and use some sexy teamwork, if I may.
Okay, I see. So, sexy teamwork. You have a strong bond with other HUE agents that sometimes goes beyond the professional. If assisting another spy, describe with sizzling tension how you use your pride or if you have a gadget on you to assist.
I step up at the same time, using my inflammable style. I wish to make myself look as smart as possible. As you can see, we're looking to spend big today. Perhaps conduct a bit of business as well. We're hoping you could assist us.
Oh my. So, that means that the final result is that you're going to be rolling 3d6, Agent Chartreuse. If you are familiar with Roll20, if you go over to the macros tab, so the one that's to the left of the gear, there should be a macro called HUE roll, and then you can tick the in-bar checkbox so you can have that like on the bottom of your screen. And it'll ask you whether you want to roll fabulous or fierce or how many dice you're rolling. So go give fierce with 3 dice. Yeah, there we go. With 1 success. So 1 success is a partial success. So like a partial success overall. 2 is a full, and 3 is a critical. So we get a partial success here. I see. The receptionist says, well, we do have a wide variety of businessmen who are very interested in spending their time at the Surprise Mechanics Casino, but I'm not quite sure if your sense of aesthetic is an ideal fit for our Platinum Lounge, so we are able to accommodate you in our Gold Lounge, she says.
Gold. It's got your name written all over it.
Already going.
And she slides these like 4. What do they look like? I think they look like
it has to be the the casino chip, right?
Yeah, no, excellent. She slides you four casino chips with the surprise mechanics casino insignia, which is that little like gift wrapped present that you saw in hologram outside. Over to the four of you, and he's like, "Please bet big. If you're on a roll, we might offer some more exciting gambles for you. Please enjoy your day." And
Thank you very
this
much.
big door marked with the Gold Lounge with a opens for you all to go inside.
But fortunately, we had already discussed this. So if we smash back to the limousine, we can all we can say, look, these kinds of casinos, they don't always let you go straight to the table. But the key piece of information we need to get is where the high rollers and the business deals are taking place. Doesn't matter what room we get sent to after that, as long as we know what room we need to go to, we're set. And smash back.
Excellent.
Unless anybody wants to add anything.
Nope, just as planned.
What is the vibe? This is going to be a themed room, I think. You know, there's going to be like a like when you go to like some casinos, like hotels like Vegas, and that make a point of being to a theme. And likewise, the Gold Lounge also has a theme. What is it? I think that will probably determine what the soundtrack is like for here.
It is Night at the Roxbury. The outside of the club is the inside, and vice versa. So it looks like an alleyway.
It has gritty street vibes. I see. Let's go for this. This is a edgy street alley by way of like the Fresh Prince opening. So it's big, colorful graffiti that's like on the walls, and like these alley streets have never looked cleaner. Why they have like full roulette tables and the like just in a surprisingly wide back alley. You think that maybe
planted in this place.
Maybe the interior design team maybe should have thought their brief through a little stronger before they okayed this, but you know, it's fine. People seem to be having a fun time. A lot of people, you can tell who the kind of like really like frequent visitors are because they are dressed in the fashion for that kind of like 90s period. They've got the parachute pants, they've got like the block colored like ski jacket going. A couple of them are just trying to make, like some of the waiters and waitresses are making their way around carrying big trays of drinks in like Jinko jeans and are trying to not trip over the really wide hems of these things while they're carrying a lot of glass and liquid.
A lot of sideways caps.
It's poppin'. It's absolutely poppin' in here. You would say that this place is absolutely rad, maybe. It seems that the... I want to know what the most popular game is here. We can build and like make up some of the mechanics of this game, but what does this game look like? It could be a regular casino game like poker or blackjack or roulette or whatever, or it could be like a goofy down at the arcade test your strength kind of deal. This game can look like anything, but it's the most popular game here.
That's the breakdance challenge. It's so it's like those it is like those test your strength games, but it is about your moves on a colored like DDR style pad.
Absolutely, I love this. And in fact, it's got a proper stage area for it. It's kind of placed in a way where, funnily enough, to try and maintain the theming, there is like a big neon sign above it that says like girls, 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 with a little downstairs staircasey kind of thing, like it's supposed to be a lead into a basement bar, but it's just a large stage. And you see various figures a little far in the background, so you can't kind of make out who's going for it, but they're having a bit of a dance battle going on over there, while everybody else is kind of either observing, sipping some overly priced drinks, or doing some of the other less popular games in the area. You have free reign.
Well, Aquamarine will look up at that stage and kind of nudge to the others. I don't know about you fellas. I think that might be my ticket into the big league. What should we do?
I'm gonna have a look around, try and blend in a little, see what I can see.
I'd like
Go ahead.
I would like to try and find where the high rollers table within this room is. I think I could identify that with my gambling. You know, it's kind of you can see the kind of where the large number of chips are, where a lot of people are staying, where there's a bit of crowd gathered round, and that's where I want to be going.
Okay, sick. Any plans, Gold?
I'm going to go to a specific card table at the back of a game called Caravan, and I'm going to begin gambling there with the intent of, well, making enough money that I catch the attention of the high rollers myself.
Okay. I see. We've got some plans. I think some of these need to resolve in an interesting order, because Burgundy's said that they were going to case the joint first. So let's go resolve that roll first, because it might inform some of the other things that we're going to be. So, Agent Burgundy, tell me about your scouting mission, how you're gathering what's going on here.
So I start off just with a bit of a walk around, you know, just checking out the tables, stop by the bar, get myself a drink, take sips of it, and perhaps table catches my eye, sit down.
Maybe doing a bit of eavesdropping her. Maybe that's
yeah,
what
bit of eavesdropping, hear what's being said, look around, see who's here, if any individual catches my eye.
Okay, this is feeling a lot like, since you're being kind of covert or like sneaky here while you're eavesdropping, this feels like a fabulous role because you're dealing with complexity. Your fabulous is 3. Excellent. With no other modifiers to that, unless you want to kind of invent a gadget that's helping you. Why don't you go make a fabulous 3 roll for me, please?
Right. Oh, fabulous. 2 successes.
Ooh, full success. Nice. Ask me a question, and I will give you the answer to that truthfully in the context of what you overhear.
Okay, that's a... Well, as before we got here, while we were traveling in the limo, when we were obviously all discussing what we'd be doing when we got here, what information were we saying we were really looking for? Obviously, we needed to know where the people we're looking for are. We believe they're now in the Platinum Lounge. What else are we looking for, team?
You don't necessarily know who the name of the culprit yet, either.
So we need to know who. We need to know perhaps a bit more about their master plan. Maybe it's not just the ads.
There might be more afoot.
Indeed.
All right, I would like to ask sort of, who is the representative of Slurry here? Like, what do they look like? What's their name?
Okay.
Was it Slurry we want, or is it the advertising agency that's got the Slurry contract?
It could be both.
It could be both. Who knows?
Or to carry
Who the ad executive or other representative here is? Who are they? What do they look like?
Sure. Oh my God! Did you see? Did you see that Quinn Commandant was here earlier? I'm like, oh, I absolutely love Slurry. I have it like every day. Yes, we know, Janice, you have it every day. Yes, but they were like here, and they looked so cool in their outfit. Oh, I've never seen such a beautiful shade of yellow before. But just like the color of this Slurry, as they like hold up a big bottle of Slurry, like kick-ass yellow flavor. That's what it's called. It's not like banana or anything or lemon. It's just called kick-ass yellow. And she starts to go into an ad read, and you intentionally try to stop listening.
Oh, that sounds really... No, not again. Stay focused, Burgundy.
Meanwhile, in everybody else's like earpiece, you hear that apparently Quinn Commandant, apparently big roller and relevant to the Slurry ad campaign, is here and apparently is wearing yellow.
Ooh.
Except on a quick glance, there's about 20 other people in this room wearing neon yellow because that's just the vibe of this room.
It's a kind of yellow.
Oh, maybe we might find out that additional piece of info as we go to the next person. Remind me, Agent Charteris, you were also doing fact-finding. I think you were trying to find out what the biggest high rollers table kind of deal was here, right?
Yeah, and I think also whilst I'm doing that, I'm going to take advantage of the bar in here, order myself a drink, and cast around the room and ask the bartender, sort of what's the real money table here?
I don't think you'll need to roll to get the drink and ask that information. The bartender says like, well, a lot of people come here to go and hit the dance stage, but I must say that there has been in recent months a new special limited time event going, and they're like a big hologram window kind of appears behind them, and it's like, for the next 48 hours we're celebrating the next 48 hours. So during this time, you'll get 100 free gems and you can make side bets on the dancing competitions.
Tell me about the side bets.
Yes, well, I suppose if you have a gold chip on you, you do have enough money to participate. And they kind of like blithely gesture over to another side of the room, and you can see that there is kind of like, I think everybody is wearing inexplicably like a masquerade mask, so their faces are hidden. Entirely clashing with the rest of the style of this room, and they are all like silently holding up these like red and green cards as they are betting / bidding on the game. It's very exclusive, but I suppose since you're made of money, you probably already have a mask to join them. You can't be showing up in that area with your ugly mug.
Luckily, we did prepare our disguise bag while we were in the limo, so...
That shouldn't be a problem. I'd take my drink and walk away.
Okay, nice. I'm going to make a complication here. I like the fact that you thought about this in advance. All of these, like, shady, gambling, capitalist, like, stories have a bunch of billionaires wearing masks for no reason. So we've gone and packed some masks with us because we'll need them, right? And then you look at all of these masks and they all have an elaborate golden trim. And then you look at the mask in your bag and, crud, yours is a silver trim. This isn't going to be the right one. Side mission, obtain gambler mask.
Nice.
Which you can make a roll maybe to go start. You haven't made a roll for your action yet, so you can maybe see if you can wiggle your way into obtaining one.
Actually, I would like. I think so. I think this is gonna be one of those situations where I will just be as I make my way over. I'm going to see if anybody excuses themselves from the area, and to go to the bar, go to the washroom, what have you. And obviously, if you're not in the area where you need a mask, complete faux pas to wear a mask. So you put it in like a pocket and I'm just going to walk past that person, accidentally knock into them because my shoulders are so broad, and use that opportunity to fabulously pickpocket a mask.
Look at you engaging with the mechanics.
Look at that.
Hell yeah. Okay. Let me know where you're making this kind of pickpocket attempt, because I think that might affect the results of the roll. But otherwise, you're telling me that you're making a fabulous roll plus an additional d6 because you are using your pride.
Absolutely. In terms of, well, shall we see what the roll is before we?
Before we won't resolve what happens on the other side, but I would like to know where you're kind of like, because if you say, for example, you're going to be hanging by coat check, that's where the person will be. You don't need to worry about that. But where would you like to kind of set up this little ruse?
You know what? Yeah, into that kind of slightly backstagey area where you have the coat check and the washrooms, and you know where you just go for, you know, where people go just to step away for a moment. You know, it's kind of just behind, you know, is this area that's just kind of off behind a curtain that's in the brickwork.
Perfect. Go roll them bones for me.
Okay, so 3 fabulous dice.
2 successes. Full success, exactly. So as you you kind of linger in this little area near the back room, it's much quieter. So we'll duck the music a little bit while we're in kind of like a back area, and this proper lad comes round. He's wearing a mask that looks like a tiger with the gold trim around the edge, which is what you don't have. And he's like, I made it big today. We should be we should be leaving on a high. If nothing else, I can go and sell my new animated JPEGs on eBay. That's not breaking any terms of service. It'll be fine. You kind of like hang around the corner, and as he whirls around, there's a as you bump into him with your impossibly large shoulders, so wide, so strong. Oi, mate! Watch where you're going.
Do apologize. These it's hard to wander around with these boulders, you know.
I see you a fan of working out, which, you know, I'm also a fan of working out. The like party suit that he's wearing is kind of tight. Like this is just a little bit too small, but you wonder if he bought it intentionally just so he can kind of accentuate how ripped he is. I think his musculature is actually kind of unusual, however. I think it is all forearms and upper thigh. Apparently that's what he's been working on. That's his kind of pride of place. Distressingly, his suit is not yellow.
So he looks like Popeye after really working the quads.
Yeah. Love a man who knows how to work out. Anyway, I was so distracted by talking about our workout regimes, I entirely forgot to look after my personal belongings and where I was paying attention to. So I suppose I should head off to the next thing that I was doing. Bid you good day, mate. What's your name, by the way, in case we run into each other again and need to share workout tips?
Absolutely. I'm Arnold Gold, and you can find me at the Gold's Gym.
Meet you in the future, Arnold Gold. As he wanders off. very much having forgotten what he was doing, and kind of like walks into a kind of, I think he just straight up walks into like a janitor's closet kind of deal. He was not paying attention about what he's going to and,
Disappears.
and as you kind of like the camera kind of moves behind Agent Charteris, you can see holding behind their back a mask with a gold filigree edge. As we cut to Agent Gold, who is playing Caravan at one of the tables. I know that Caravan is a game, I think like a mini game in like a video game, but I do not know the finer details of Caravan.
So here's the thing, and this bleeds into what Gold is doing here. Caravan is from Fallout New Vegas.
Ah, right.
Nobody knows how to play Caravan. In universe or out of universe. Nobody knows how that game fucking works. So here at this particular table, it's not about knowing the rules of Caravan. It's not about like, being an expert gambler. It's about just distracting your like other players enough that you can pull out the victory in the end, because the second you stop paying attention, it's already over.
Okay, gotcha. I understand.
And to that end, right now, Gold's plan is I'm gonna settle in at this table with my eggs, my children, and I am going to just kind of play and win so much money at this game that eventually the high rollers are going to notice me rather than me having to search them out. Which brings me to, can you tell me about the dealer, the person who represents the house at this table?
Sure thing. I think the dealer is very tall and thin. She has very close cropped, I think, cyan hair, kind of like an undercut kind of deal. And the top of it is in a very kind of like nicely styled kind of like afro with an undercut, as she is wearing the kind of like general attire for the surprise mechanics staff, which is kind of formal wear. That kind of like a croupier kind of outfit, but in a midnight blue. However, because she's so tall and thin, it stops in a really uncomfortable looking place on her like arms and legs. It does not fit her. She's like, okay, next round for Caravan. Place your bets, party people. Let's go.
I sit down. I push all my chips into the center to begin.
There is another person who is kind of established here before you. It's like, this game's super intense, but I won't give up yet. I'll place my mask on the line. Will that count as collateral? I can bet that, right? And she's like, you can bet absolutely anything that you want, including your soul, if you have nothing else to bet. Well, I'll place the mask down. Well, this'll be it. This'll be the point where I can turn it around. And you see this mask with gold filigree along the edge. Oh, that might be good. That might be a good thing to win.
Oh, yeah, it would. It saves me the time of having to color in my mask gold instead.
So, how are we approaching this? What role are you going to be doing for me?
Fucking God. So I need to think of the exact way I'm going to phrase this mess that I just thought of. Agent Gold, receives cards, leans in, is looking at this other mess of a gambler and looking at the dealer, and it's just like, while going through the vague sort of check process of everyone getting their cards, it's just like, so the two of you planning on doing anything after, I guess after hours tonight?
The very distressed looking gambler stares at you, and you kind of catch in their eyes that they are absolutely desperate and are pretty much willing to do anything to try and beat you. You're not gonna distract me with your fancy talk. Just shut up and play already. I won't lose here. Seems they're serious about it.
The nods. A serious player. I can respect that. You know, leans onto table, gently caresses egg.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
I used to be quite a serious gambler, just like yourself, you know. And in my experience, you're not really gambling until you're, you know, sweating, really sweating, you know? Real begins to remove clothes, taking off shirt and coat. You know, real just water just dripping down this every single muscle that you've got, every single exposed everything, you know? Just like if you're not glistening, then are you really gambling?
This man is also sweating profusely, but not in a sexy way. They are, they are miserable. As they go and slam a card on the table, and it is you look at this card. Ooh, they clearly know how to play. That card looks important. You can't really read the text on it. It's a bit small, and also his sweat has maybe blurred some of the ink a little bit, but it looks important. I think this is.
You speak. Go ahead. So
Yeah, I think this is going to be a fierce roll, but yeah.
hell yeah.
Give me this fierce roll, please.
I will ask because I've gotten somewhere. Is sweating hydration?
Miserable. I think yes, but this will consume your current sweat charge, so you can no longer glisten with sweat until you find time to restock.
Completely fine.
There's additional mechanics. Didn't you know there were secret mechanics to this game?
God. Hold one. All right. Let me see how this thing works again.
So in the little macro, it'll ask you whether you're rolling with fierce or fabulous. And how many dice you're rolling. So you're rolling fierce 4. Because you're using hydrating, 4s will also count as successes. So I'll be keeping an eye out for that when you roll.
Oh, right. Yeah. God, what a mess this already is.
This is so over intense for. That's 3 successes. That's a crit. I was going to say this music is entirely over intense for what's happening, but you crit. So tell me how you make this person bet everything and then lose everything on this game that no one understands.
It's fuck. Oh God, I was about to say it and then I came up with something dumber, so I'm going to do that instead. I continued rambling about how if you're not gold, glistening, and gambling, are you really living?
The 3 Gs is how you...
Yeah, the 3 Gs. And in the process, oh man, actually fucking, it's twofold. I imagine it is Agent Gold kind of, you know, leaning in the middle of the speech and just going, and I'm just saying, is once after the gambling's done for the night, you know, maybe all of us can get together and maybe, you know, find a nice, comfy, secluded little hotel that we can, and then the light.
To hydrate, indeed. You both look like you were in need of additional fluid.
Yes.
The croupier says, interrupting you.
Yes, exactly. He looks up as I pull out my fucking hydro flask. It is a combination of then the light from the massive fucking powerful lights on the ceiling. It bounces off the reflective surface of the hydro flask, bounces off the reflective surface of my body, and gets into both of their eyes.
While they are blinded, you are in an ideal opportunity to cheat. Tell me how you change the cards around so you are the de facto winner of this life or death gamble.
As is the way, since nobody knows how to actually play Caravan, and neither does Gold. Gold just leans forward and just kind of takes all of their cards and now has approximately 15 cards while they have none, and he just puts them down and just says, "Looks like you dealt all the cards to me, so I guess I win." And the dealer just has to go, "Yeah, I guess that is one of the rules."
Oh my goodness! Well, it seems that you are an expert of Caravan, she says, pulling out a small book and flipping through it frantically, trying to kind of catch up with the rules.
It's small, 800 small pages.
Yeah, no, it seems like that's legal. Jesus Christ. Okay, well, it seems that as you lost, pointing to the unsexily sweating man who's betting his mask, you have apparently, let me go and tally up what you currently owe. Oh, that's a lot of money. Well, do you have that much money to give over to this new gambler? I don't.
Hey, buddy.
That was everything.
Friendo, you there? Friendo. I lean over to put my arm around his shoulder. We're both sweating. Listen, how about this? You give me that very nice Halloween mask that you've got there, and not just will I handle your debt there, because I have enough money to go around, but also I reach into the basket. I produce one of my eggs who's fully grown. He has the little arms and legs that are made of tape. I hand it to him, and I'll let you experience as well the joy of fatherhood and get an egg in these trying times.
The man's eyes sparkle as like a bead of sweat drips from his comb over. You're so kind. I'll never forget this moment. I'll never forget you. As he like takes the egg from your hands, clutches it to his chest. You worry how tight he might be clutching that egg, and runs from the scene, weeping openly, leaving the mask and a decent stack of money behind. Well, I'll be taking that money because he really does owe that to me, but I guess I don't really have a use for the mask, so that's yours. Congratulations. Yay! Clap, 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 clap.
And thank you. I clap as well. On instinct. Take the mask. What do you use these for? I say, as we cut somewhere else.
Smash cut to, we are, I think, leading up to the stage of the dance area as Agent Aquamarine is kind of making their way up. And there is an attendant there being like, "Hey there, are you ready for the dancing challenge?"
Well, the real question is the challenge ready for me?
Oh, they're feisty. I like. Well, you're going to be going up against Darrell the Tornado Johnson. As there is a bunch of people kind of applauding wildly while this kind of like very... a mixture between like Bruno Mars and like a K-pop boy band dancer kind of like makes their way onto stage. And they are wearing a kind of a shirt that I could only describe as the deepest V. It goes distressingly far down. And kind of like booty shorts and big like golden high top trainers. Like a big goofy like Splatoon looking dunks. These things are massive.
This person is just an entire look.
Oh yeah,
this is an experience more that walks like a man.
As they pose on stage. Yeah, I'm ready to throw some shapes. Are you ready? Mux, what is your name? Offering a hand down the stage, glittering.
You can call me Fuchsia Jive.
Fuchsia Jive, I like that name. Well, it seems that you're ready to go dancing against moi.
Now the question is, while I was sizing up the competition on my way to the stage, I did look up the Tornado on TikTok. What are some of their signature moves?
So it seems that they got the nickname of the Tornado because the RPM of their head spin is enough actually to like blow structures over if left to go for too long. It seems that at like 12 seconds, it starts reaching a dangerous gale force, and you have never seen, there is no recorded footage of the tornado going beyond 12 seconds, for it is too dangerous to be captured on camera.
All right, duly noted.
Meanwhile, Agent Chartreuse and Agent Gold have both kind of like arrived in the little VIP betting lounge. Both with your golden masks, you've been let in by the kind of attendant there, and you're able to sit among the rest. Agent Burgundy, you're kind of like loose on the show floor, meaning that nobody's directly keeping an eye on you. And it means that if circumstances are maybe getting dire up on stage, you can cheat.
Excellent. Although I will say, while the rest of this has been going on, at the table I found myself at, it's just a simple roulette table. I have been getting very interested in some of the JPEGs that they have on offer here, and I've actually even managed to, I think, win one for myself, and it's just catching my attention.
Agent Chartreuse, what is this JPEG? What
This-
terrible thing has been obtained?
Kind of nifty.
This is a JPEG of, you know what? It looks like it's meant to be a JPEG of an actual known corporate VTuber, but actually it just seems to be like designed by getting like the eyes of one VTuber from a company, the mouth of another, the nose of another, and it kind of has that. It's got that. It's even for a VTuber, it kind of sits straight into the uncanny valley.
This dead-eyed, heterochromic, like anime lady, like stares back at you and goes, "Lend me your heart." And even though it's a JPEG, like it just plays this really compressed MP3 file when you pick it up. It's yours now. It is tied
Interesting. I just slip
to
it
your
into
very
my breast
being.
pocket. Slip it
At
into my
what
breast pocket.
cost is it yours?
And keep playing. I'm still playing, but while keeping an eye on what's going on up on
Yeah,
stage.
you're mildly concerned how you can stop being this thing being how you can stop this thing being attached to you now, as the fuchsia and the tornado kind of take place on stage, and let's see here. What we'll do is that we will let the other we'll let Agent Burgundy, you will be given an opportunity to do something in the space. You might not even necessarily leave your seat, but you will have the opportunity to do something in the space to kind of give Agent Aquamarine better odds of
Understood.
winning before they roll. Or we can decide which way round we want to do it. We can either see what Aquamarine rolls first, and then we can see how we can cheat that, or we can do it the other way around of giving the advantage. What way round would we like to do the thing?
I mean, I think I would like
See
to.
how it goes.
I think I'd like to give my advantage on the ground that my skill is being distracting. That I can somehow be usefully distracting here.
66666.
I
Okay,
think
so
we'll say, yeah, if Aquamarine like kind of flubs one of their moves, then we cue in the distraction so nobody sees
Yeah.
it.
sounds good. I like that. All right, Agent Aquamarine, or should I say Fuchsia? You're taking the stage versus. All right, everybody, we have our main match of the night. You have no idea how you've now become the title match of the day, but here we go. In one corner, we have the tornado, and the crowd goes wild. And in the other corner, we have Ree's blurred ink smudge on palm. Fuchsia. Yeah, Fuchsia, or whatever. Good. All right, party people, let's get dancing. And you start to dance, and while the dance is kind of taking place, it seems that the stage has like mechanics in it. So parts of it start to turn and raise and lower, meaning like stairs kind of form, and you can dance up the stairs, and then it ripples into like a slide, which you can slide down into another dance move. And then as it keeps going, like obstacles start to appear in a very kind of like it's a knockout, wipeout, ninja run, like Ninja Warrior kind of energy. Just bean bags and like punching gloves and stuff start to like emerge from the walls, ceiling, and floor to interrupt you during your dancing. Agent Aquamarine, how are you going to handle this?
With style, of course. They're going to start up the warm-up moves, just kind of get some turns in, flip the hair a few too many times probably, get the hair start whipping, whip the hair a little bit too close to the tornado when it looks like they're starting to spin a little too quickly. And they're going to make their way up the stairs to like the highest platform they can get, and just bust out some moves, some turns, get a couple backflips in.
Okay. So we've got our long locks going, and it seems like you're being elaborate, so this is a fabulous roll. But you do are unsure of what the tempo of this song is. You swear it's in 6/8. That's a time signature, right?
It seems very strange for this one, yeah. But yeah.
So it balances out. So just go and give me that 3. You've decided to not kick in your secret spy ability, which is interesting.
They're
but
waiting. They're waiting for
the moment.
for the right moment for the climax.
I understand. So go and give me that fabulous 3 roll, please.
All right.
Believe.
Oh no.
Ooh, 1 success. It's a partial. Okay. I like what you said before about whipping your hair and then realizing that actually you can't do that too close to Tornado. It's looking good. You're holding it together. This is what dancing is, right? You know dancing. At the very least, the big punchy fists are showing up in a very specific rhythm, so you dodging them is keeping you on beat, even if you're not necessarily counting those beats in your head. But you stray a little too close to the tornado, and realizing that this match needs to end quickly before somebody gets hurt, has started doing the head spin. And oh no, just you got a bit too close and you got caught in like a fistful as it was whipping round. The tornado accidentally manages to go and grab the end of your hair, and you're being pulled. You're being swung faster and faster.
I need to step in to put an end to this somehow.
How much are you sweating when you say somehow? Do you know what you're doing, or is this a seat of your pants situation?
This is a seat of my pants, like I'm just racing through everything that I've seen here. Just concentration. Beads of sweat drip down my brow as I stand up and I say, Mr. Tornado, I believe you dropped this JPEG on your way up to the stage.
Okay. Yeah. We are going to engage in some interesting mechanics here. I think you're being quite direct. So this is a fierce roll. Distracting means 4s will counter successes, but your odds are not super high by themselves. This might be a time for you to go and invoke a gadget to give yourself a better chance.
Indeed. What could I have on me that could be a gadget?
Well, your friends can also have a gadget that can help you as well.
I raise my hand. I have a sexy teamwork idea. You declare that, hey, you dropped this JPEG, and by accident mostly, because I don't have any of my fucking top half of my clothes on yet, and they're hung over like a railing overlooking this contest, and I just kind of I reach forward and I hit the gadget that's attached to my suit. I didn't have a good name. The hydrationator or something along those lines. It just makes it just like it's just a water gun, but it's aimed inward at the rest of the outfit. And I'm going to make it seem like at this very moment that JPEG is in danger of becoming very wet. Destroying it and its value and its metadata.
Okay, I understand. I like the idea that this is like inside your coat. Like it's in the lining of your coat.
It's designed to just soak me, not anything else.
And you knock the jacket off this balustrade, and as it kind of like falls, it falls on the tornado, I think, and starts squirting water everywhere. So because you're using this gadget is being rolled, you get to re-roll one of your dice. Agent Burgundy. So go and give me a fierce 2. 4s will also count as successes, and you get to re-roll one of those dice.
Let's hope.
Ooh. Well, that's one success. Go roll another 1d6.
Dice giveth, dice taketh.
Hey, it's a full success.
Baby. That's what we were waiting for.
Nice. As it seems like within the centrifuge of the spinning, Agent Aquamarine, you are able to maintain a full conversation with the tornado, and they're like, "Oh my god, I'm so sorry, I didn't mean to do this, I'm so sorry."
Does this happen very often?
Usually I don't have to bust out my legendary infinite headspin until Dire Straits, so this means that you're pretty good. Finger guns with a free hand, and then realizes that's tipping them off access, so they have to put their hand back out again.
JPEG about to be destroyed.
Yeah, Aquaman just like grabs onto one of the tornado's legs to not like get slammed into one of the fists that has come near us.
It's fine. I'll be able to go and wind down my spin soon, but oh my god. Oh my god. That JPEG is in danger.
That's mine. I made that.
As water is kind of like I think the gust of wind that is being emanated from the tornado, the jacket, the hydratonator inside the that's too many syllables, but I like that. Hydratonator inside Agent Gold's jacket is now caught up in this maelstrom, and water is being flung over. If I don't do something, the water is going to soak that incredibly expensive JPEG. I'll have to go off axis as they start spinning even faster and at like a really like interesting angle.
Beyblade that's losing.
Oh gosh, yeah. As the tornado tilts itself, you are like let go and flung up into the air, Agent Aquamarine. It seems that with this change in kind of like G-force, you've been released. You're no longer entangled in the tornado, as there is now really ridiculously strong winds being blown across this entire kind of like area, and people are starting to panic as poker chips and tables are being flung over. It's maybe about 2 seconds away from reaching the tornado's limit. It's going to get dangerous soon.
It's alright, I have a plan. Alright, as Aquamarine gets like spun off of the tornado up into the air, they do a pirouette, right themselves in the air so that they slam down right in the middle of the stage, perfectly on the heels. And now it is time for their signature move. So they wind up, get into the music as much as they can, get in position, and they do drop it. They do drop it low.
Oh.
They drop it lower, it's so impossibly low. You don't think anybody could drop it that low, and the stage quakes.
Absolutely. Well, this is going to be a fierce roll for one. I like the fact that you are bringing it so low, you are clipping into the floor slightly, and that's what's making the floor shake so much. You start your cheeks start to Z-fight with the stage.
Level all
Okay.
of Broadcaster City with this rate.
Does anyone hear a jackhammer going off somewhere around here?
Oh, that's just Aquamarine. You know how they do. Okay, give me a fierce roll with 4s also counting as successes.
All right, let's try this. Come on. Oh no, that's one
Ooh.
success.
Yeah, that's one
Oh,
success. It's a partial success. Does anybody want to kick in with some teamwork to bring it up?
You've all seen this move before. You know how to really get it shaken.
I am thinking just none of the ideas are anything I should pitch.
It's fine.
No,
We
it's
can go
okay.
with a
Time.
partial success. It's time.
No, I think I know. I have an idea.
Okay.
As I reach up to my pocket, remove my pocket square, and toss it out. And in flight, it transforms, at my command, into a shimmering gold cape that lands across her shoulders, making her look that bit more fabulous.
Absolutely.
The cape is launched upwards by the wind and force from the twerk.
Yeah. It starts to, like, the physics of this cape are going absolutely
Big
ham.
billows everywhere. It is also clipping.
Busted WWE video game hair. Just
You get to
absolutely
re-roll one die. Agent
Okay.
Aquamarine, go for it.
All right, let's go. There we go.
Hey,
Yeah,
full
baby.
success.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Nice.
Okay.
This is why we do it.
Tell me how this twerk stops complete disaster from breaking loose, Aquamarine. Or just tell me what happens. You're in control now. What go on?
Well, as the stage quakes, the tornado had already been going off of his axis. It just knocks him off the stage entirely, but it's while the stage is raising. He continues to spin upwards and through the roof. And just off into the evening sky.
Yeah, we get like the tornado starts teetering the other way, and in like a mirrored moment gets dangerously close to you, and we get a like super zoomed in slow-mo shot as the tornado as cheek collides with your cheek, and in slow motion you just see his facial muscles ripple from the impact as then he is sent spiraling into the atmosphere. There's like a Super Smash Brothers like home run bat like cring sound on impact as the tornado is sent out of the area entirely. We cut to outside.
I would like
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
one of the announcers to say that it looks like the tornado is blasting off again.
And then we cut to outside as we see the like bursting out of the building, the tornado just fly into the distance with the spark, and the MC says, "It looks like the tornado is blasting off again." Is that good? I just stole the joke of somebody kind of quipping in the audience, but I'm louder, so then I'll get credit, right? That's fine. That's fine. All right, we have a winner, party people. It is Fuchsia. And it's just like, yeah! The audience is like cheering, going ham. Obviously, Agent Chartreuse and Agent Gold bet on Aquamarine. Maybe I shouldn't prescribe that to you. Maybe bet.
Absolutely. Through all of that, I have been kind of, yeah. In fact, you know what? I'd like to take on and say that during that, I had slipped on the gold mask, and I had been making my way through this VIP area, working out where the good bets are, where the hottest bets were, and basically finding out like who are the people who are being considered for, like, oh, you can come up into the next room over, you can come up, and kind of deliberately making like little mini bets throughout. Like, you know, how long is the tornado going to spin for? How much is the stage going to shift? You know, all these little things that you can just flash up as time goes by. And we have between Gold and I, we have made bank to the point where they might have to push us up. They're going to have to push us up to the platinum room just in order for the house not to go bust.
You're all kind of like stacked with cash, and you kind of send a message to the rest of the group like, okay, you're all stacked. And the MC turns to Agent Aquamarine and says, as a special prize for beating our house champion, you get an invite to the Platinum Lounge. Catch. And he like throws this platinum colored like ID card in the air, and it spins in slow motion. And then with a clap, Agent Aquamarine, you catch it between your booty cheeks, and we are going to go into a 5-minute break, and when we return we'll see what the Platinum Lounge and the villain of the scenario is like. So everybody go take a stretch, rehydrate, take a mean piss, and I'll see you back in 5.
All right.
And welcome back, party people, to the second half of our Agents of HUE VTuber Anarchy one-shot. I am having a delightful time so far. These players are absolutely fabulous. Thank you so much for making me do my best to not just scream with laughter this entire time. This has been very, very silly. Let's go around the table real brief and say what happened, like, in the first half of the session. What's one thing? Doesn't need to be chronological or anything, but what's Agent Burgundy / Janus Nemo? What happened? What's one thing that happened in the first half of this session?
Hard to pick one thing, but of course we all began, of course, in the Agents of HUE headquarters, where we watched our wonderful superior wrestle an opponent into submission before getting changed into our mission outfits and rolling out.
Agent Chartreuse / Loxley, what happened last time?
We arrived at the surprise mechanic in order to try and track down somebody who's putting some hypnotic advertisement on screens around our city.
Agent Gold, what happened last time?
We stole, we twerked, we gambled, we embraced fatherhood our way to the upper echelons of this casino's hierarchy.
And Agent Aquamarine / Sunset, what happened last time?
Well, the important detail we skipped is that our dear Agent Gold has adopted an entire basket of eggs.
Embraced fatherhood.
Embraced fatherhood in a... I think we have to just really elaborate how this happened, because he's having a crisis of reality. But it's
the circular snails are going to go extinct if I don't help them.
And we caused major structural damage to the casino, but they still invited us onto the Platinum Lounge.
They had a moment of game recognized game, I suppose. As there is an eerie moment of calm now that there is no longer a literal tornado happening inside the gambling floor. And you are given an opportunity to regroup, maybe, before moving on to the next stage of your mission inside the Platinum Lounge of the Surprise Mechanic Casino.
I think definitely Aquamarine is excusing themselves to the powder room to go and fix their hair, because this is just unseemly.
Burgundy is kneeling on the floor, looking at what was once the JPEG that he'd won, now damaged beyond recognition by water and wind. Just lying on the floor in front of him, a single tear rolls down his cheek, and he doesn't know why.
Oh, the MP3 seems to still be working. Give me your heart.
Oh.
Oh boy. Maybe it's for the best that we don't have this thing anymore.
Very possible.
As he stares at it, just sat on the floor, a janitor comes by and sweeps it away.
Same janitor that
move.
sort of that man that fucking amethyst fucking 450 palm splashed earlier.
oh no, that person's dead. They're not in the story anymore. They're gone.
Yeah, but the janitor's still clean.
Oh, right. The janitor works both places. I understand. Yes. Yeah,
We introduced the gig economy as well as gambling mechanics.
Hey,
It's just
you know,
his passion.
living in broadcast city is really difficult. Sometimes you don't make enough bits in your regular entertainment job to survive. You know, you need to go and do something else when you're not performing. And in the gig economy, that might be janitor for various and sundry entertainment buildings, whether it be wrestling parlor or a suspicious casino. Please respect and tip your janitors. Tip your janitors? Okay.
I have yet to come across a janitor VTuber, but I'm sure they're out there.
Hi. Hello,
Untapped
technically
market.
that's me. Talk later.
But yes, you now all know that it seems that the next stage of your mission is in the Platinum Lounge of the Surprise Mechanic Casino.
All right. I think we
Remind me what was the name of the one name
the
that
villain.
we have got out of people.
Quinn Commandant. Yes, good
Commandant,
memory.
thank you.
I got the notes.
Huh? No.
Apparently wearing yellow.
the color of yellow slurry.
Why is that? I had to think of the name brand on the fly and was just kind of like, yep, slurry, that'll do, perfect. I mean,
It's perfect.
subtlety is for cowards, so.
That's
But yeah,
not what this game is about.
for
Absolutely.
sure. You make your way back into the kind of like main lounge, like main lobby area, and you see the receptionist being kind of like, "How did you enjoy gambling in the Gold Lounge?"
I won, but I also feel like I lost.
Yeah, I think a lot of people say that for some reason about our prizes. But, will that be all for the day?
No, the Gold Lounge was much too small a pickings. I believe we've been upgraded, and I hand over whatever is going to get it, like the token that is going to get us the entry into the Platinum Lounge.
She does a little like near field communications scanner. Oh my god! Like the token is like in a dystopian future where Nintendo decides that they want to do blind box amiibo.
But they're already. Do they not?
No,
already do
they're
that?
not blind box, which is a mercy.
I swear that there's an alternate
Wait,
amiibo
they
thing
have-
that is completely random.
The cards.
Ah,
Cards,
yeah,
like
the
villager
boost packs
cards.
with it. Yeah,
That might
so
be
it's
what I'm
like
thinking of, yeah.
so it's some like holographic Tom Nook amiibo card that you scan, and they're like, "Oh my, you have earned a lot of money. That could buy you so many JPEGs. Well, you're in luck."
What about diapers?
Well, there
Gestures
is
to
one
my
of the.
basket. My children are.
There is one of our JPEGs that you could win. She demonstrates it on like a hollow window that's censored to the camera. All of you can see it. The camera definitely cannot see what this JPEG related to diapers is. So maybe you could win one of those in the Platinum Lounge.
Aquamarine just stares and kind of turns their head to the other side, trying to kind of parse this image.
Well.
That's. Ooh, was somebody paid to create this, or was this one of those AI ones?
It kind of looks like one of those trading cards you'd get at a movie.
What sort of movies have you been going to lately, dear?
Pokemon, the power of one. the
Oh
19
yeah,
annual re-release. Don't you watch?
they do give promo Pokemon cards at those kind of things. I would be distressed if I was a child and went to the cinema and they gave me a card that was visibly censored. I would be like, oh dear. Oh
That's
my!
a very different kind of movie theater.
As the lounge, the kind of concierge is like, oh yes, well please head this way and enjoy gambling to your heart's content in the Platinum Lounge. As just dripping, this voice dripping, as hydrated as gold is on a regular Saturday night, as you are guided over with a to the Platinum Lounge. And it's quiet in here, actually. Like, I think there's a proper, like, metal walkway. You can hear the sound of your footsteps, like, click-clacking on metal grate as you kind of make your way into the Platinum Lounge. And initially it's just super dark in here. But then you realize that there's a wide variety of like glowing lights, and you realize that those glowing lights are like near field, like holographic screens. All the machines in here seem to be like, well, just like really small slot machines, you know, enough for one person to kind of sit in front of. And the reason why most of the area is quite dimmed is because even though these things are quite brightly lit, each one has somebody crowded in front of it, just kind of endlessly pulling on this slot machine, on their individual slot machine over and over again. Pulling up nothing, slotting in more money, and pulling again. This time, they will pull the JPEG of their desire. And it's just rows upon rows of that. The room is otherwise featureless.
Besides these slot machines, are there any other attractions, any other tables that we can see?
No. This
Seems
is
a
the
little-
Platinum experience.
Is there
Gambling
a
and
that sells
everything.
slurry?
Ah, yes, indeed. As your eyes kind of adjust to the gloom, there is indeed a kind of like slurry dispensation unit. In fact, that is what the sign says. As a very bored and kind of like pimply, like snacks stall style, like at a cinema, very pimply teen, just pulling this lever as more slurry TM is dispensed into these like big like I've never seen one in real life because I've never been to the US before, funnily enough. But I know that you can order like the big, like, is it called like a big gulp, where it's like a super
At
large.
some locations, yes.
Yeah, like just filling those with slurry TM.
This is like the big slushy machines.
Yeah, you can see the little arm going round, turning the slurry, which is a good thing too, because it seems like these things would probably kind of like settle with a like particulate on top if it was still for
It'd
too
probably
long.
congeal.
But otherwise, this room looks pretty. It's huge, and there are a lot of people in here. But that seems like the only two things going on in this room.
Now, I don't know about you all, this seems a bit fishy to me for a high rollers lounge. Something's afoot.
I don't know. I think this may be the true surprise mechanics experience right here.
You see an entertainer, a VTuber who has like one really long sock and one really short one, both in different colors, and a really large like tech wear style jacket with lots of absurd straps coming off of it. And she's like, I just need to put in some more gems. It's fine. It's fine. She looks to her side. She doesn't appear to have any gems. I'll watch 20 minutes of slurry ads for more gems. Bling. And another, a vid window. I think rather than the vid window, almost like like if you were getting a VR visor that kind of swooshed around your face as like a hologram, it's that, but it's just kind of blasting ads directly into her eyes and ears.
Is it like Clockwork Orange with like the hooks to keep your eyes open?
Yeah, it's that kind of energy for sure. It's definitely at close enough range where closing your eyes wouldn't do too much good. She leans back in her chair, drooling slightly as these ads are being blasted at full force.
All right, well, is there anyone in here who is not at a machine?
Well, there's the slurry TM attendant.
Going to saunter up to the
I have
slurry
an idea.
TM attendant.
Mm-hmm.
So I
Go
know
for it,
that-
Ekmarie.
I know that you're not running this little operation. Who's your boss?
Would you like to buy some slurry? It'll be 2 gems.
Oh, I'm good, thank you. I've had plenty. But say if we wanted to get some new flavors, different flavors of flurry, the exclusive flavors, who would we talk to?
Oh, well, the exclusive flavors are 20 gems. It's the primo experience, and like reciting it, you get 3 free spins if you buy a premium slurry TM.
That sounds like a good deal. I think we should take him.
Well, you know, I'm not talking about those on-menu premiums. I'm talking about the special flavors. And they do like a little wink to the attendant.
Oh, okay. Yeah. You're gonna apply them for some information. If you're being all kind of like saucy with it, why don't you give me a fabulous roll?
Right, let's go.
Any additional bits and pieces that you're inflicting? Is anybody going to be teaming up with you?
Let's see. You go ahead.
You know what? I can. I think that he's talking about for however many bits we can get an extra. Like I think we can. I think if I show him the card that shows the Tom Nook card that shows that we won big in the gold room, it's like I think we can afford just a little bit more than 3 bits.
Oh,
And
see.
even more than 20, more than the. We're looking for those exclusive flavors.
Okay. Go and give me. I mean, if rules is written, Chartreuse, you'd need to be using your pride or your gadget to kind of assist, but I'm happy to just let that be. That counts as like a gadget you have on you and can reroll.
Yeah, I'm
one
happy
die.
to make that a gadget. Use of my gadget points.
In fact, let's yes and that. One of your gadgets looks like an innocuous thing, but it's actually kind of like a card cloner. You would use it to kind of make fake, like, key card IDs and things like that. So what's the mundane form of this thing?
You know what? It is the lapels. It is the left lapel of my tuxedo jacket. So you take a card, you just kind of run it down the inside of the tuxedo lapel, and if you need it either keeps the information or pops a fresh one out of the right lapel.
Nice. Okay, go and give me a fabulous roll with the ability to reroll 1 die.
Okay, is that 3? Okay. Oh no.
Ooh, well,
I'll take that
rerolling 1
reroll.
die might be handy.
I'll take that reroll. Is a 4 success on this one.
Okay.
Can you make it use one of your pride or?
This pimple
I think
teenager
you
is
might be
confused
SOL
by
on
my-
this
by
one,
my
I'm afraid.
Nah.
My flirting's too spicy for the pimple teen. It's fine.
I think he takes the card from you and goes, "Oh, well, with this amount of money that you've earned in the Gold Lounge, that converts to 5 gems." It seems the exchange rate is miserable, but I'm sure you have enough money in your general bank account to go and get some gems, or you could watch an advert.
Can I do another gadget? Or another, or an expanded use of this gadget. I leave.
Yeah, once you have a gadget, it exists, and you can keep using it to do varieties of.
No. But if I've cloned this card, is it also reasonable that the cloned cards have some form of tracker in them?
Interesting. Sure.
In that case, I'm going to say, you know what? You're right. We have one big. We got plenty in our bank accounts. How about you keep that? Just a little treat for yourself.
Oh, well, thank you for your kindness, but I'm, rubs his nose, allergic to slurry. So, you can tell, you see, like, his pouring, the hand that he's using to kind of hold the big gulp cups is just swollen and red. It clearly does not play nice with him at all. I probably also need to put some lotion on my hands, so to get the swelling to go down. So if you'll excuse me a moment. God, his voice is gonna ruin my voice. He gets up and walks into the darkness. And Agent Charteris, you get a kind of like ping, ping, ping of a radar as you see where this pimply team goes.
Ooh, so do we also? I mean, fortunately, we have a map on all of our phones, because that's not even a spy thing. That's just how the world works nowadays.
Yes.
So presumably he's going through some kind of backstage area to whatever the equivalent of the green room is for pimply teens and their corporate overlords.
And in fact, even though you couldn't really see it in the gloom, being able to track this lets you know exactly. There's what looks to kind of be like a featureless panel in the wall can be indented slightly and slid aside for you to kind of get backstage, as it were.
So I think it's about time that we move on from the gambling phase, tragic as that may be, and onto the spycraft. Care to join me? I say
Been
to
waiting for this.
everyone.
I agree. Shall we look for this Quinn Commandant?
Yeah, I guess. I'll just have to ruin the economy of this gambling floor later.
Maybe you'll leave behind some of your children to get started on that.
Shakes head. I was gonna drink all the slurry in the building and then spend it all on spins.
Do you want to try drinking some slurry?
I think.
To be fair, there's not currently an attendant at this. We can probably just pour ourselves.
You know what? Yeah, I pour one for myself and I pour one for the rest of the team. I know some of us need drinks.
How do you remember what the physician said about your ulcers?
Genuine question: does slurry count as a drink?
Is it in a cup? Can you suck it down?
Legally, probably.
Yeah, there we go. That's the answer. Legally, yes.
Right. I'm going to pour myself a glass of slurry just so I have,
A drink in hand.
Drink in hand.
Don't worry, Aquamarine. The ulcers don't exist anymore. I push them out of my body with sheer strength.
Okay, which one of you? Tell me who of you takes a cup of slurry. You don't all have to, but tell me who takes one.
Burgundy's gonna take some slurry.
Take a large cup and I put in one of every flavor.
I couldn't even describe what that looks like. The flavors, none of the flavor suggestions suggest like a food or a fruit. They're all like colors or concepts.
I'd like to get an Azure Whiplash.
Yeah, you go and get yourself an Azure Riplash. There was one before that was something yellow. I think it was like maybe hyper yellow.
Kick-ass yellow, I believe.
Kick-ass yellow.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Aquamarine is going to take a cup but not drink it from the tap labeled Enigma. Just to see.
One of everything. I'm mixing it.
I'm just pour from a pour again into a whiskey glass from a black can that just is labeled Noir No.
Yes, of course, my favorite.
Noir, the no in Noir No is in capital letters.
Yeah, 3 exclamation points afterwards.
I gotcha.
Noir, stop.
Underlined.
Okay, since all of you decided to go take some slurry, all of you go roll fierce with no modifiers as you try and resist just the rancid energy of these things.
Those successes.
Does this count as hydrating?
Oh, no modifiers, friend. These things are immediate.
I have to ask. It's legally, I must.
Yeah, these things are legally
Great.
drinks, but they probably are fine. That tracks.
One success to hold the slurry.
Agent Burgundy, the Whiplash Blue. Oh, what does it even do to you? I think you start running. You just start running, like you uncontrollably are now just moving forward.
I need
to
to just take off back and forwards, up and down this room. I feel energized and yet also very dizzy. And I just start saying the word "and" on repeat for the next few minutes.
Agent Aquamarine, the Enigma. So, you know those you were twerking so hard that you were like clipping into the floor and causing like Z fighting issues and things like that. The drink clips through your hand, and you get some of the slurry just on your hand as the cup moves through you, and it starts like juddering, and the textures of you start going a little bit strange, and you're like, oh.
Your model's being de-rigged.
Aquamarine's model's breaking. Someone redo the collision mesh.
Sorry, can't help. I'm a PNG.
Noir, no. I think you can only respond to kind of like yes or no questions with a hot, firm and hard negative. You are now just respond no to most questions now, Agent Charteris.
That is very fair.
Agent Gold, you're fine. This is it's pretty good actually. It has a distinct taste of How refreshing.
I love a good old refreshing.
Well, now realizing the raw power of Enigma, Aquamarine is going to chance with it again and take out one of their gadgets, which is a small jeweled flask, but it holds way more than it should, and just start trying to funnel some of the Enigma into the flask for future use.
Okay, yeah, I like this. Also, because because I've never played any tabletop RPG by its rules properly, and I don't intend to start now, Agent Aquamarine gained the additional talent of glitching.
All right.
Agent Burgundy gained the additional talent of running.
Excellent.
Agent Chartreuse gained the additional talent of denying.
Nice.
Agent Gold, you're fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, after filling the flask, Aquamarine will do a few flips over to where Burgundy is and kind of just like stop the running with a leg lock.
Like, I'm still trying to run while I'm being held, but I remain in position. You don't understand.
Just the run
Aquamarine.
animation just in place without going anywhere.
Aquamarine, I've got to go fast.
Hey, you don't have to go anywhere, honey. Slow down.
I would like to
You're
make my
too
way
slow.
over. I would like to make my way over to the panel and
Yes, please.
push it, see if there's any response.
We're pushing the story along, you say. How charming, how novel. I jest. But yes.
Oh, it's fine. I like everyone here is funnier than me, so I can at least be the straight man.
you push the panel in and it moves to the side. And yeah, you're able to get inside. There's a very kind of like very generic liminal space style corridor back here.
Mm-hmm.
And you can see, even though the floor maps you have on your phone don't have the back rooms, because that, regular punters to this building aren't going to need to know what's back there. You see the kind of like dotted trails that the pimply teen took.
Yeah.
So you can kind of see what might be back here. Obviously, you can't go where the teen has not gone, but maybe you can, like, I don't know, hack a computer and get the floor plans. That's how video games work. You've played a video game before.
I mean, or presumably we just follow the teen's dotted path, like unless realistically, even if the teen suddenly turns into somewhere where there's not actually a thing, that just means, oh, we know there's some kind of door here.
I can follow quickly. I can follow very quickly, very quickly. If you want me to go quickly, I can do it quickly, very quickly, right now.
Okay, go give me a fierce roll, Burgundy, with your modifier of being good at doing stuff quickly, meaning that 4s will also count as successes.
Mm.
1 success.
Yeah, maybe.
You, not looking at where you're going, kind of speeds down this corridor, leaving the rest of your team behind.
Of course, it's worth noting that I don't have the access to the tracker, so I don't actually see where the teen's been.
No, but you just kind of plow down this corridor and set off an alarm. The success is that you are on the other side. Your friends, however, are not. And this big laser corridor kind of comes up. Let's see. In your kind of like haste, as you run through the corridor, you leave some of the kind of like poker chips and stuff that you gathered from before, and they kind of like scatter across the floor. And one of the lasers that fires from the wall to cover in your wake behind you hits one of these poker chips and just singes a big hole in it. These are clearly very damaging lasers. Side mission. Get to the other side of the laser corridor.
You should have been fast like me. I told you, you're too slow.
I raised my hand. Okay, I gotta. Wildly, I have a pitch. It's a pitch I've been thinking of for like a week, and it's finally gonna come into play here.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Gold steps forward, having not just finished his slurry, but also having fed some of it to his children, and steps up and is like, "Don't worry, I have an idea so I can take down that thing from the other side." And I reach and I grab my golden pen, and I'm going to both use a gadget and my pen here as I screw off the back of it, revealing what appears to be like a brush for eyeshadow and things like that.
Oh, sure.
And God, fuck! That's what I'm about to say. It's so stupid. And I aim it forward, and I hit the button on the side of my pen. And because at the end of the day we are just digital beings. This is called the blip stick, and it just blasts me, turns me into a beam of light, blasts me through all the holes between the lasers to the other side. I will collide into the wall. It only can go straight. If I put it between two mirrors, I'll go even faster.
You can put it between two mirrors, you are bouncing endlessly until somebody saves you.
Somebody turns me aside.
Okay. Sick. Well, go give me a fierce roll because you're clearly being very direct here. You get a bonus die for using your pride of your golden pen. And you get to re-roll one of your failures because you're using a gadget.
I'm preparing for it.
Mechanics.
Love it.
Ooh, 2 successes. Would you like to re-roll a die? Maybe it'll be 3.
Of course I'm gonna re-roll one of them. I'd be a fool not.
You are not using your pride, your talent of hydrating here, so that 4 does not count. Yeah, you make it to the other side. Your allies, Agent Aquamarine and Agent Chartreuse, watch as you kind of strike a pose, point your pen forward, and go beep, and appear in a beam of light on the other side. I think you appear and return to a corporeal form, like spread-eagled splat in the opposite wall. Because your body kind of remanifests in a solid state. The fact that you impacted like Wile E. Coyote on the other road, there's little cracks in the wall now.
I fall like a sheet of paper because I am in fact still a flat PNG.
Yes. It seems your friends are fine, Agent Aquamarine and Chartreuse.
Burgundy is just doing jumping jacks and looks over at Gold. Wow, you are fast, almost as fast as me. We should be fast together. We should be fast. You're not slow. You're fast. Very fast. Very fast.
Did you drink coffee again? Is that what happened?
No, it was called Blue Whiplash. Very good. Very good. Very fast. Very fast. I go fast.
Of course. It's very good. I can match your speed as well. I won't go over. I'm gonna go shut the lasers off, I guess. Or try. I should have a panel because that's how these usually go.
Yeah, there's probably a panel in here, but I do kind of want to see if Chartreuse or Aquamarine have any plans before you try and shut it off.
I do have a plan. I will get us through. And so Aquamarine will turn to Chartreuse. All right, honey, you remember that routine we practiced, right?
Oh, how could I forget?
All right, let me take the lead this time. Just it might be a little bit different. And so we're gonna take our hip hop routine that we practice, and yes, combining my power of twerking with my new power of glitching, we're gonna strike some moves. But I'm going to try and glitch us past each of the lasers and just pop in and out till we get to the other side.
Running tactics.
I can see this, and I guess in terms of using teamwork, there might need to be a dramatic lift involved, and what better to lift than somebody with broad shoulders?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Maybe.
We're bringing it all together.
All right, Agent Aquamarine, go give me a fabulous roll. 4s count as successes because you are indeed twerking and glitch. I mean, it's not. Do I want to lower it down so 3s also count as successes? No, that's silly. Just the one. So 4s will also count as successes, and you get to use a bonus dice for broad shoulders. So that is 4 dice in total. 4s count as successes. There we go. That's a full success. We just get. I like the idea of it looking like the instant teleport dash fights in Dragon Ball Z, where they just disappear and reappear all over the place. And in each time you reappear, you're both in a different like twerking pose.
There's not
Also,
usually involved in twerking, but like we worked it out somehow.
Yeah, absolutely. Also, I cannot stress this enough, even though like there may be like lifts and holds, I am still keeping the glass of Noir No in my hand the whole time.
I should have been mean and said that you would have immediately denied assisting, but that's counter to the game being fun. You thought about directly yelling at Aquamarine, absolutely not, and managed to swallow it down.
Well,
A number of the lifts are actually just Aquamarine just doing a split on Chartreuse's shoulders.
You have all survived my laser puzzle. Puzzle?
Oh,
Puzzle, I guess.
Something.
Oh, good. That's good. You all got across. I discovered that the off switch was a touch screen, and I just don't know how to. There's just two. It's just two buttons on the screen, on and off. I just don't know how to work it. So I just quit. I was gonna leave you guys behind.
Mm-hmm.
Oh well. Lifts up eggs.
Fortunately, you didn't. Agent Burgundy didn't go in the right direction to follow the pimply teen, but it seems that this corridor was leading somewhere important because it had a laser corridor, so it had to have high security on the other side. And you see a big door in front of you that has emblazoned on it Quinn Commandant Surprise Mechanic Casino. Like Surprise Mechanic Casino owner and CEO of that was a really funny naming choice that kind of came up before. Right. It was like the villain has the name initials DMCA, which I can't work in here. Never mind. I should have remembered that earlier. What is the name of the advertising company? We haven't got that set yet, so we can decide.
Direct Marketing Comprehensive Agency.
Yes, there you go.
There we go.
Yeah, baby.
There we go. Direct Marketing Comprehensive Agency. Yeah. Excellent. So yeah, you see that plaque upon this very expensive-looking mahogany door.
Well, looks like we found the right place. I think we got here very quickly indeed. Very good job, team. Very fast.
It looks like it. What does it say?
It
It's
says
this is the place.
It says this is the place.
Squints. That's a lot more
The sign
letters
just
than
says
I.
this is the place.
It's a lot more letters than I recognize for this is the place, but I trust you. That touch screen can't stop me. I can't read.
The camera cuts to the other side of the door. We see a very resplendent looking like CEO office. And there is a large floor to ceiling fish tank. An expensive looking computer. Well, I say expensive looking, it has a whole bunch of rainbow lights inside and is like from a really like expensive computer making company, but its processing power isn't actually that great. It's just a brand name.
Of course.
A gamer chair with absolutely no lumbar support. And
What even
and
is lumbar?
a what I could only describe as Kingpin from like Fisk, is that his name from
Fisk.
Into the Spider-Verse? Just that cube of a man.
Yes.
Yeah.
The energy of that cube of a man, if they were a live anime twink. So same energy, but the body type is
smaller.
entirely different.
What?
They just radiate cube, but they are very svelte. As
It's a very square jaw.
Angular. As they
Dorito
kind of
even.
cross their legs and swirl a wine glass of slurry as they hear a banging sound and look up and then see the door to their office kicked in as four people that they don't recognize.
Surely.
Oh, absolutely.
Of course.
Shoulder barged in. There's four people that they don't know. Strike a pose. What is the pose like?
I think I'm still doing the splits on Chartreuse's shoulders. That's just our move.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I have deliberately. In fact, you know what? I'm doing the butts and boob pose from comics. So like both butt and in fact no button. Yeah, actually no. I'm facing away with a smouldering look over my shoulder.
I got you. Agent Burgundy, how are you posing?
Burgundy is still doing jumping jacks. Just
I
to
can't
keep
do any
the heart
fancy
rate
poses.
up.
I have children to
Can't
support.
slow down. Need to keep going.
Yeah, two people pose and then just kind of like look to either side as their two other agents are kind of doing whatever. Well, who the blazes are you for?
I'm gonna ask you the same question.
blinks.
Amazing
Don't
burgundy.
know
I go
who I
very fast indeed. I also like to I enjoy your products. Very nice. Can I have some, please? I've already had some. No more. No more. No more.
Oh, you are here for additional slurry. I understand. Well, you've come to the right place, you breaking and you trespassers. You can have all the slurry that you want. As they, like, press one of the 15 buttons on the side of their gamer mouse, as, like, big, like, hose turrets descend from the ceiling and just start freeform spraying slurry into the room. Let's see. Let's see. What is even boss fight for suddenly slurry this?
Yeah, what is slurry
Oh,
music?
sorry.
Yeah, this seems like a final boss fight, like, kind of vibe.
I was gonna say, if you got anything from Splatoon, you said.
Oh man, I do, but it's not as I need it to be more high energy. I have the ominous
fair.
Splatoon 2 music, you know.
I feel like ominous suits slurry-based death trap.
Yeah. That's fine. Cool. Vamp for a second while I go summon that.
So
All
is
right.
anyone have any?
yeah.
So is it? Would anybody be opposed to fucking gold wrapping lips around the hose and just out drinking that?
Oh,
Absolutely.
no.
That is
Listen.
exactly
Go,
what I
Do
go
it.
nuts.
Hydrate.
That sounds
No.
brilliant.
Hydrate,
That sounds
baby.
amazing.
Rat.
You're going to die.
I'm gonna drink that. I'm gonna drink that
Wait, no,
machine
you-
under the table.
Who will care for your children?
Please tell me I still have. Okay, cool. I have this and this. Excellent. Okay, cool. So enough of
don't
that.
worry, my children are already grown.
Enough of it sounding like a boss fight or whatever. We have this. We have like a bit of slow motion going as Agent Gold. We kind of zoom in into Agent Gold's inner space, in a very like as briefly as you like. Give me like a Psychonauts 2. What is like a Agent Gold's headspace like? What's floating around in there? What are you usually thinking about?
Glasses that are filled with liquid.
Endlessly
it.
pouring.
I
I like the idea of is it like it's a shot in Evangelion, but my trash, so I just think of like Kingdom Hearts 3, where there's that scene where it's just all shallow water that mirrors the sky as far as the eye can see, and we have these gigantic glasses that are just endlessly pouring more water onto this entirely open blue-skied landscape.
They're T-posing.
And we get this vision, very kind of peaceful. And then one by one, these like glasses of water are slowly like winking out of existence and being replaced by just big chug jugs of slurry pouring the various colors that you like poured from the machine into the water, immediately polluting it and turning it into a weird oil slick of different chunky, nutrient-rich goos with vitamins and nutrient. Just one.
I had not accounted for the fact that the nutrient was singular earlier.
It's okay, lads. I macro dosed slurry earlier.
And as the slurry kind of continues to this is so bizarre, kind of take over all that you're thinking about, like burrowing into your subconscious, the sky opens up and we see the room that you're all in, almost as if it's like distance, like outside of a glass dome. And we see the pipe of, I'm gonna make it a single pipe maybe, or two, maybe, no, it's one, it's just really big, of slurry slowly rise out of the ground with like some proper Dr. Eggman womp 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 like it's charging energy to fire a laser or something, just in slow motion. And you know, in your heart of hearts, Agent Gold, that you need to chug that slurry. This is awful. Good God. Oh, I think you cut out Gold. You back?
Yeah, I believe I'm here. I am going
Drinking
to
with slurry.
consume that slurry. I will, and I shall.
Simultaneously, we like leave through the camera lens of Agent Gold and go into the probably very dilated eyes of Agent Burgundy. What does Agent Burgundy's like headspace normally look like when you're not like high on slurry?
Well, when he's good, it's rather like a comfortable living room, a fireplace burning in the corner, a shelf of fine books, and a nice reclining chair for him to imagine himself sitting in and reading through his notes.
We see the fireplace, the flame within it, start turning all sorts of like funky neon colors and start pulsing and growing in size, and then it kind of escapes the bounds of the fireplace and then starts to kind of spread all over this very expensive kind of like sitting room. And as other things catch fire, they turn neon colors as well and start pulsing in a kind of like really eye distracting, nauseating kind of way, and they start pulsing faster and faster, and we can kind of hear Agent Burgundy's heart rate go faster and faster. And then the curtains to what would normally be a pleasant moonlit night across a forest outside opens, and we similarly see the CEO's office and the pipe rising up and the desire to go fast and chug. Who would like to take point on making this roll, I guess?
It has to be me, right?
I
mean, yeah,
Gold,
this
it's
is-
got to be all you.
Yeah.
It's gotta be you.
You got this, baby.
Sick.
And Agent Burgundy, you're also going to assist in chugging. So how do you? What in what way do you want to help?
What
here?
I'm going to assist is I'm going to assist by grabbing him and running to get him to this in time.
And
I would
I
like
think,
to add some sexy teamwork.
yeah. Okay.
I'm gonna
Gasp.
plug myself into before he's run to the slurry machine, or in fact as he clamps onto the slurry machine, I'm going to run up behind him and make sure, massage his shoulders, make sure those are nice and loose, and I'm going to say to him, Gold, always believe in your soul. You have the power to know that you are indestructible. Always believe it.
Leave this call. Get
How
out.
long have you been preparing that?
Way too long.
That's such
I
a
too
specifically
love-
British joke too. Oh my god. Okay.
Yeah, I
I
really hope
too
any-
love Naruto.
Okay.
I
Can't
did
play it,
make
otherwise
that.
I go to Twitch jail.
Yeah,
but you
I
know. Right.
Yeah, apologies to the Americans who don't know who Spandau Ballet are.
Agent Gold, you're gonna go and give me a fierce roll. You're going to have 4's count of successes because you are hydrating. You have an additional D6 from Burgundy as they rush you over. You have an additional D6 from Chartreuse as they have limbered up your muscles, ready for this gargantuan task. Meaning, I do believe you are rolling 66 and 4's count of successes.
Oh, I failed these before. I've done this. love it all being on the line.
All right.
Hey.
Critical
Yes.
success. Okay. Right. Let's go.
Can he re-roll one of his? Oh no, he doesn't re-roll because we're not using gadget.
I mean,
But
it doesn't
technically
matter.
that's 4
He's-
successes, though, isn't that?
I mean, three
Yeah.
successes is it doesn't need to be any better than that. You crit, so
He goes beyond a crit.
oh, it's a 4 successes. That's true. So yeah, between Agent Gold and Agent Burgundy, how do you handle this increased ultimate hydration? Yes.
Fucking, it's just, I have no description that I can make besides, unless you want me to just start making fucking gurgling, swallowing noises, because that's all that's happening on Gold's front.
I think that might put me in Twitch jail as well.
I
So
think
we'll
so.
skip over that.
It's a spectacle. It's beyond what anyone has ever seen.
I'm,
I think
I'm
it
wrapping
happens-
him
There is
beneath
there
his
is just a
shoulders.
smash cut. There's just a smash cut. One moment,
It-
Burgundy is running Gold up to the pipe. The next
Mhm.
moment, the pipe is empty, drooping down, and just empty, and nobody is able to explain what just happened.
Well,
Even Cormorant is just looking there, just both stunned, horrified, and slightly impressed.
there is a small glimpse in between the start and end of that smash cut. It cuts to Aquamarine, who is holding the basket of eggs for Gold, just looks at the eggs with a tear in their eyes. Says, "That's your father."
And unironically, they look back up at you because they've hatched, and they are now small chickens that are wearing the eggs. These are what we call round snails. They have little suits and wigs on.
Just imagining a tiny chick with like a Bancho style pompadour, and it's very good. Anyway,
Unironically,
Isn't that Chicken Boo from Animaniacs?
yes.
unironically, by the way, that's the gadget that I'm giving to Aquamarine. They look like normal eggs, but actually, they're just chickens that are very loyal to me.
Pure attack chickens.
Fair enough.
Use
Fair
them,
enough.
Use them wisely.
Okay, so we get the scene of the pipe of slurry being thoroughly depleted, and Quinn Commandant looks on, blinking. Holy shit!
Yeah, thanks. I know.
Right. So I was expecting that to kill all of you. I think my voice was probably in this kind of range. Okay. I was expecting that to kill all of you. So, considering that didn't, I'm kind of a bit of a lush. Hypnosis wall, and the like screen of the aquarium, like a vid window appears over that, and it starts kind of like blasting ads for slurry at you. But at this point, I'm not quite sure if that even does anything.
Actually, I've got something for this,
Sure, go ahead.
because what he's not accounted for is my incredible skill of denial. I take the lone glass of slurry in my hand, shout "No!" hurl it at the hypnosis wall, spraying Noir No all over the wall, and thereby completely negating the effect, both fortunately and ironically, negating the effect of the slurry ad by using slurry against it.
I don't think you need to roll from that. It just works.
Yay, rule of cool.
We're in it to win it now.
That breaks his heart. For God's sake, I'm trying to. So, wait. I guess this means you like beat me up or whatever.
Tell you
I
what,
mean, or you just stop running horrible hypnosis ads.
First, we're gonna destroy all your JPEGs.
I mean, like, I'm a ruthless capitalist, and so the need of taking everybody's money is more important than creating anything in terms of interesting art or pushing the story along.
Then yeah, we're gonna kick your ass.
Oh,
Yeah.
shit, then.
just camera fades to black as the sound of punches and kicks raining down.
And chickens going beep 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 beep.
It's the little tapping chicken beat.
Oh no, not the chickens! Don't let the chickens peck me.
And it just kind of like we star wipe, we full on star wipe through to the next day. And where is everybody? Where is everybody? Where are you the next day? Where you chilling at?
Physically or mentally?
I mean, let's go physically first and then go through on mentally.
I think
I am back at the bar. I am, getting my children dressed up and prepared for the day ahead of them. A long day of secret agency.
Yeah,
I have beside me an old-fashioned instead of a whiskey sour. I do not drink that anymore because
yeah,
my
we
children...
can be back at the kind of like bar spa in the in our home base. Music, please, I beg of you. Okay. So yeah, it is a relaxing evening the next day, with the mission completed, Quinn Commandant having been handled with a camera discretion cut, so nobody could see the very pointed violence that occurred.
The horrible beatdown.
Just there's something, we get one F-bomb, but that was just a beating too hard to be shown on TV.
And the Agent Amethyst is it's their day off. They're not wrestling today, so they are in like the kind of standard casual wear you would be having on a kind of like summer evening in Broadcast City. They're wearing some kind of like long boardwalk shorts, some nice sandals, some kind of like wraparound shades. They're still topless. Nothing will ever cover that.
I'm pretty
torso.
sure I can name at least 3 wrestlers who have that exact look.
No, it's probably the same, yeah.
Alright, so Aquamarine will go up to Amethyst. So boss, do you think the lab can do anything with that sample I gave him?
Oh, the slurry, of course. We have our top scientists. We do have Agent Emerald on the case. There's just like a picture-in-picture of a character nobody has seen at any point. Hi! And that picture-in-picture goes away. They're in like a little lab coat and goggles.
What was that?
They were able to go and find the particular addicting component within slurry. You have all been delivered the antidote to the addicting effects. It turned out that secret nutrient that singular nutrient was what was the problem in terms of making this addictive behavior. So it's good that we managed to get to the long and short of that relatively quickly.
Burgundy, after being inoculated, has finally slowed back down to a normal, regular human rate.
So we both got rid of the hypnotic ads and the dangerous addiction of slurry. All in a day's work, I think.
And we found enough JPEGs to feed all of my beautiful children, like Goldie and 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 Goldie.
About those JPEGs. I have poor news.
What are you typing?
Okay. All right, cool. Yeah, very good. Good bit. I love that. I am afraid I have poor, sad news for you, Agent Gold. About those JPEGs, they were of a particular value previously, while they were within...
I thought you were going to take out the chickens.
just I have bad news. Crushes a chick in one hand. The JPEGs did have a very established value while you were inside the Surprise Mechanics Casino. But now that you have left, I'm afraid that they have no monetary value whatsoever.
Oh, that's good. Because I wasn't going to use them for any monetary thing. I rip them up, I feed them to my chickens.
Oh, I understand. You're using it as a nourishment value. I see. Well, we don't need to sad music.
The metadata is very rich as long as
we're fine. We understand. Yes. Sorry about that. I assume
you
this
want
was
one?
going to be
I hold that one that has a bite through it.
Oh, Oh, sure. I'll go have a bite of this. Sure, why not? What even is the music now? Just entirely
We're eating
lost.
a JPEG.
just eating a JPEG. We bite into one. Oh, it's flavor. Delicious. And on that, I think that is the end of our session
The JPEG
of Agents
makes one.
of HUE.
We fade out on the JPEG going, ooh.
Good job, everybody. That was entirely bananas.
Wonderful. Something all right.
That was great.
Oh my gosh. Yes. So that is Agents of HUE. I can't believe this is the thing that I wrote to enter into the world of writing tabletop RPGs as a hobby.
Hell yeah.
Good lord.
I mean, started to be to go on.
No, I did kind of enter into the game design world with I want to make loud gay trash, and I think we achieved that.
Yeah.
And continue to achieve that repeatedly. Okay, sticking to the format. Whenever we finish a session on the Neoncast, whenever we finish a tabletop RPG session, I love to go around the table for comments and kudos. So to give everybody the opportunity to say one thing that another player did that you thought was absolutely rad. You know, give your other players a shout out for doing cool things, because all of you were absolutely fantastic this session. I think you all did a stellar job.
Absolutely commending Hyper for the whole egg saga.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Stunning. Just absolutely stunning.
top to bottom committed through the entire time. I was very impressed.
Especially when that came up literally 30 seconds before we started.
I
I love the commitment.
It's my defining trait. I'm glad I can still pull through. I was gonna mention the speed as my comment to the commitment to that bit in the back half.
Great. That was absolutely phenomenal.
God.
That was such a well realized and well thought out response. It was just absolutely fantastic.
How much faster can I talk? You grow a wonderful bit.
Brilliant. Honestly, the ongoing description of the, in fact, no, like the dance off was great, but also anytime Aquamarine spoke, she was flirting, and that was just consistent throughout. Like there was nobody who's not getting a honey, a darling, you know, everybody got flirted with, and in a game of sexy, flirty secret agents, I think that was absolutely on point.
And I just like I did enjoy the overall sexy teamwork, especially landing into it, because that is the point of it as a team. So
I love designing games with interesting teamwork mechanics in them. And making a way of making the dice rolls and actions that you're doing feel like it's reflecting the characters that you're supposed to be playing. So the way that we've done all the spy gadgets and the flirting and all that kind of crossover is exactly how that was supposed to go. It was great.
Excellent.
Loved it. A funny thing, when I streamed this initially, I played it a handful of times, both on and off air, but the first time that we played it on stream, somebody also picked twerking as their super secret spy skill.
good.
And they deflected a thrown knife by just vibrating them cheeks hard enough where it just made the knife bounce off and hit someone else.
Brilliant.
So,
Oh, that's so
Best
good.
spy skill.
Oh, gorgeous.
so you know, just gamer things.
Yep.
Good God.
You know, casual gamer things, VR chat things.
But I think the VTuber angle was also, I think, I'm very glad that I wanted to make this specifically with VTubers. Because I don't know about you, I'm not necessarily this kind of person, but VTuber Twitter is like super horny. Like-
Yeah. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Correct. Yeah.
Really intensely. And I was kind of like, okay, so we're not going to specifically do that. But I like the idea of having this be adjacent to VTuber Twitter as a concept. And it mirroring each other. I think hopefully my kind of improvisation of like the internet and VTuber culture filtering into the broad world of Broadcasting City tracked at all.
It makes sense. It works.
Definitely see what you're going for. It works.
Yeah, I like.
Oh, okay. What we're gonna go and do is that I'm gonna let you all introduce yourselves again, and I'm gonna go and link your. A thing that I was supposed to do and didn't because I'm incredibly unprofessional is that I wanted to go and have a command to summon everybody's thing, and I didn't do that. So what we're gonna do instead is that everybody's gonna go and talk about whether you want me to link your like Twitter or your Twitch or in Loxy's case YouTube. And I'll post that in chat so people can go find it and give you support and all that. Hyper, why don't you go first? Who are you? Who you be? What you do?
Cat, it's going wild.
Well, somebody else to go before you're trying to control the cats.
Other folks go. I need to release her from the room.
No problem. Sunset, why don't you go? Who you be?
All right. Once again, I am Sun S37, also known as Sunset. Sometimes your favorite outdated android. Today I am an android. Stream retro games, indies, and other random stuff on Twitch. And my Twitch is Sun_S37. You can find me there or on Twitter at Namaswans, Namaswans. And yeah, I'll be streaming, well, late tonight Eastern time, I guess early morning British time. So check me out then.
Excellent. Janus Nemo.
I am Janus. You can find me at Janus Nemo on Twitter. I mostly stream like strategy games and stuff. Sometimes stream other stuff. My time has started sort of shifting around the clock to match up with my bizarre sleep pattern. And who knows, maybe I'll play Elden Ring later after this. Because I want to play that, but I don't want to waste the content of my first plug. So who knows, maybe play that in a bit.
I understand, sure. Loxley.
Yes, I am Loxley, Sailor of Strategy and the Board Game Goat. Over on my YouTube channel, I play board games, card games that have been made digitally, both with collaborators and also single-player versions. If you're a fan of board games, then please do come along. It would be great to have you. You can find me on Twitter at BoardGameGoat. You can see it below my name. I don't have a custom YouTube thing yet, so...
But I posted that link in the chat anyway. They can go click that. Go click that right now. I see y'all in the chat hanging out. Go click and give these people a follow.
Yep, 100 subscribers on YouTube, and I can get a custom URL.
And finally, Hypercamera 3. You alright?
Yeah. My cat emerged from my desk, and I don't think any of it actually got picked up, but it was quite an event as I tried to keep her from knocking over everything. Yes, hello. I'm Hypercamera3, or just Hyper. I'm found on Twitter at Radio Air Hyper, all one word. I stream here on Twitch, currently a little inconsistently, but eventually I'm going to fix that, at Hypercamera3. I make a ton of games and generally attempt to make a ton, like release something every month. The most recent thing was an Ultraman RPG that is the sequel to my Kamen Rider game. The next game that's probably going to be at least releasing in text form on my Patreon is my Havoc Brigade hack about magical girl VTubers.
Nice. Could I plug one more thing?
Oh, sure, go ahead.
Okay, so tonight we've been playing a game of Sexy Gay Spies. If that is of interest to you, you may also be interested in queer anti-capitalist space westerns. If you are, please do check out Breathing Space Fading Frontier. It is a space western podcast set in a bleak future but with hopeful stories. It features both the voices of myself and also Hyper. It's an anthology, so you can kind of jump in at any number of episodes, but there is an underlying story. Please do go check out Breathing Space Fading Frontier wherever you get your podcasts, or Breathing X Space on Twitter. And also marvel at the fact that our producer kept trying to make the space Amazon more evil, and real world Amazon just kept going and just beat us every time.
Yeah.
By the way, hi Twitch.
Oh Lord.
We suffer. There's a reason why I don't run ads on this channel, you know what I mean?
That is fair.
Okay, right. Everybody please stay on the line as we go and raid fellow digital card game VTuber, Netscape Navigator, who is currently doing a 24-hour marathon stream of Slay the Spire for charity. They're raising money for special effect. So as we go and prepare that raid, I have been your androgynous AI game show host from the future, Caster. This has been the Neon Caster Twitch stream. This has been my last stream for Black History Month, and I'm going to not stream for a while. Hell yeah! I'll see you guys
take a break.
at some point in the future.
Congratulations.
Catch y'all later.